Good evening, everybody. Good evening. Hopefully, everybody's having a fabulous, fabulous day. It's Saturday. It's the best day of the week. I think Saturday's the best day of the week to me, anyway. There's always people out and about. The sun was shining today here. I don't know if the sun was shining where you guys are, but it was nice. I have to grab me a drink. I forgot to grab me a drink before I came on. Shame on me. Well, it's good to see everybody. It is a beautiful day, Teresa. It's a beautiful day. It's good to see everybody. I saw that Summer changed her picture. Cute. You're beautiful. Is that your hubby? He looks like a nice man. He looks like a really nice guy. I had to look closer at your picture. The one eye, you know. But I saw that you changed your picture. And I think Teresa changed hers again, too. Everybody's changing their picture. I might have to change mine. Maybe I'll switch it up. I think I'm wearing a dress in mine. I think so. So hi, everybody. Eddie said dump him. It is, poor guy. She said, oh, he looks like he's a sweetheart. He looks like a country guy. He looks like a country guy to me. Vincent had a guy that worked with him, and he was one of those just country guys, you know, like just real good morals, family-oriented kind of guys. And at first, Vincent didn't know how to take him because he just kept like on him to be his friend. He just kept coming back, and he's like, he's back again. And then he just ended up leaving, and I think Vincent kind of misses him a little. So kind of funny how that worked out. But yeah, definitely country. Hi, Mary. You're on the beach with your blue bike for Gannon's Justice. Aw. Well, that's so sweet. And you have a blue bike. Aw. Yeah, Gannon's gonna get his justice. I know for sure. I have good faith. If you guys don't mind smashing that like button, I always forget to tell y'all to do that one until I like halfway through. Yeah, so smash the like. I'll smash it too. Put my DNA on the like button. Also, if you're into true crime and you haven't yet subscribed to the channel, what are you waiting for? Hit that subscribe button. Hit that bell icon. Tonight we're going to kind of just talk about Idaho 4, and we're just going to kind of talk just us, like back and forth questions, Q&A, those type of things. Because I have a bunch of like odds and end questions, and I'm figured we could do like kind of like a live on it tonight. Also, I will tell you what I think happened that night. I have it all in my mind. What I think maybe perhaps happened. So we'll go through all of that. And if you'd like to come up on the channel or up on the panel, I will drop the link also here in just a moment for that, because I have nothing but time. I have nothing to do but time and talk to you guys. Last night we did do a live over the Idaho 4, and we went over, News Nation coming out with being News Nation, and them coming out with new articles saying that Brian was a sexist and this, that, and the other, which we've only heard from one girl, I believe, the one that went on the date with him, and she, kind of said that he told her like, some inappropriate things. But I don't know if anyone's actually like, there's not been like a sea of people coming out, so it's just been like people here and there. And I actually have an article that came out, I believe it came out yesterday or the day before. I was going to show it to you yesterday and I forgot. And it shows you like each of the person, like everybody that's kind of came forward to speak on Brian. So I didn't have to go through and grab all of the interviews, which was awesome for me. There's Steve. We always announce him. We always do. Hi, Chosen. And I hope everyone's having a great day. It's a beautiful day here. Well, it was, and then it got cold. I don't know what happened. It was like really warm when I was out, and then I went to walk back outside like later on, and it got like in the 40s, so it was kind of cold. So if you guys haven't been on any YouTube today or anyone else's channel, because I know like a couple people are live right now, like running this, because anything to do with Idaho 4, we're going to talk about it. That's just how it goes. So we're going to talk about it, and that's what we're going to talk about today. So Bethany Funk, so Sleuthy Goosey, if you don't know who that is, she's a content creator. I guess that's what we call her. She does a lot of like Twitter. She has a YouTube, I think, but she doesn't really I don't think she really puts out videos, but she does do Twitter and like a Twitter space. And she's been in our chat before. So I was watching another live and I saw that this guy had presented something off her page. So basically, Bethany Funk has been, which I think we knew this was all going to happen. She's been subpoenaed to testify. So this is from Nevada, so that's why we are getting this back. So since it's not from Idaho, it's not sealed, signed, delivered, we can actually look at it. I think I can get it bigger for you guys. It kind of looks kind of small. But it does have a different judge, and I'm wondering why. I don't know if you guys would know any of this, if you guys have seen this yet. Have you guys seen this yet? Let me know in the chat. Put a 1 in the chat if you guys have seen where they've been talking about Bethany Funk being subpoenaed from Nevada to Idaho to testify against Brian Kohlberger. Has a different lawyer, different judge on here. Just wondering. I need to get them damn red flags. I keep forgetting. Like every time I go on there, I'm like, oh, I'll get them later. And then it'd be nice to have that waving the red flag right now. I knew you guys were going to be quick on it. I knew you guys were going to know before I even got on this live. I knew it. I said, man, they're going to know. So I think I can make up something and you guys would know it before they would get out there though. Because like that's just how it is with Idaho. So basically, Sleuthy Goosey got this document from Nevada. It's the only person's page I've seen it on anyway. It was on hers Twitter, and it's just saying it says pending active, and it's for material witness. It says for the case type, material witness, criminal. It doesn't have a cross reference number, so it doesn't have like a reference number for us to reference it. But it does say the judge is Barry Breslow. The attorney is Evelyn Grosnick. Now I don't know if this is her attorney, or if they're like, you know what I mean? But I'm assuming it's going to be the judge and the attorney for him. I'm learning from you, Eddie. Eddie said, I'm learning from you, Tanya. I'm learning from you guys. What the heck? What the heck? I'm learning from y'all today. You haven't heard about it? Okay. Red flag. Yeah, what do you think this could be? What do you think? I'm wondering, I mean, like, I know they were going to subpoena her to testify against, you know, Brian Kohlberger, just to say, like, if she had heard anything, even if she didn't hear anything or see anything, they would probably still have her testify to that because she was in the home that night. I mean, obviously, they're going to want everybody that was in the home. I wouldn't be surprised if they put Murphy on the stand. I mean, they're going to use his fur. Put little Murphy on the stand. Speaking of which, if you haven't watched the newest Instagram video on Little Murphy, you go watch it sometime. It's really cute. They went camping. But yeah, so most of you guys have heard about this. So yeah, I'm assuming that it's for this case. I don't know. She knows or seen a lot more than people think. You think, Glowbug? Maybe. I don't know. With her being down in that little corner, Tyler Feather was talking about it. That's where I saw it, Suzanne. That's where I heard it. He was on my For You page. And I said, well, would you look at that? And his super train was going super strong. I almost couldn't watch it all. I was just like, oh, Lordy. 65 days to time to prep for pretrial. Yes. I'm assuming that they're just getting their ducks in a row. But I figured I'd show it to you guys so I could say I did my due diligence. I mean, it doesn't say a whole lot. It's not groundbreaking news. It's not like, you know, we found the murder weapon or something. But I know that some other people were talking about it, so I wanted to make sure I discussed it. But I'm wondering. And I do have some stuff about Dylan. I have some stuff I wanted to ask you guys about. Because, I mean, we've already discussed a little bit. But in the probable cause, which, let me see if there's anything left on this document. Let me read it. Make sure there's nothing. It says no of that information available. It was filed electronically on 4/11. It's 4/22. Sleuthy, you're a little late. Just kidding. Just kidding. Or it was requested on the 3rd. And it's a foreign subpoena. I don't know what that means. Subpoena issued under authority of a court of record of foreign jurisdiction. Let's see. If I can see what it means. Oh, it means like another state. So that's why it means foreign. Because like I think I'm assuming maybe Bethany's from Nevada. I didn't know that. I don't think I did. I mean, there's just been so much stuff in this case, but I don't think that I knew that. So I'm assuming that's why it says foreign, because I just looked it up. So it says foreign. News Nation says she didn't say anything. Something tells me she had to. See, that's what I'm wondering too. Okay, so I have this in my notes because they keep talking about this unconscious person. Remember how we've been talking about the unconscious person on the 911 call? Okay, so if somebody's walking into a bedroom, if it was either Xana and Ethan, or let's say it was Maddie and Kaylee, and they went up to the third floor, which we think it was Xana and Ethan they found, wouldn't they have seen the second person in the bedroom dead or unalive, sorry, YouTube, or they would say there's two unconscious people here? I'm wondering why they only said that there was one unconscious person. Does anyone know that one? That was a question I had. I was like, huh. Because they keep saying like they found an unconscious person, and I'm like, okay, that if that's what they're gonna say, like like maybe that's what they say, like if they're not sure, if the person's unalived or not. But if the person walked into the room, let's say it was Xana's room, and he or she walked into the room, saw Ethan there, unconscious person, wouldn't you see over Ethan wherever Xana was? It could be your deposition. Hi, Justice Jane, and hi, Olivia. I saw that you said hi. Yeah, there is a lot of information sealed for trial. I'm ready for them to unseal and deliver it. I'll take it all in singles. Depends on angle of door. Bed could be hidden behind the door. Yeah. And they didn't want to go in, maybe? Yeah, so this one's from Nevada. I'm thinking that's where Bethany lives. I'm thinking that's where she's from. I guess I could probably look it up if it'll tell me. Let's see. I wonder if my computer's like, oh, I put a wrong name. I meant to say Dylan. Sorry. I'm like getting them confused now. It says Boise. And then, oh, that's Dylan. I'm sorry. I looked up the wrong one. I meant to look up Bethany. Why am I doing that? Because I'm used to talking about Dylan. That's why. We've never really discussed Bethany because she was always on the first floor and we didn't really, talk about her. It says Iowa City, Iowa. But you never know. Hey, Marina girl. I don't know why I say that wrong. I always want to say marinara. I don't know why I go there, but I do. I wonder what people think when they see my name. 10 weeks? Wow. That's pretty close. We're getting there. Got all the time in the world. Someone else's trial, and it's not one that we cover here on this channel, but it's someone else's trial is going on the same day. And I was like, oh, because I would be like, if you were watching both cases, it's a woman. I'm not sure who, though. If you're just now joining us, don't forget to hit that like button. It does send it out into the algorithm, and it gets the people in here. Also, if you do watch true crime, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. That's what we talk about here. So I'm going to share this with you. This is kind of the house, and then we'll talk about this. Yeah, so I'm wondering about the victims, because I thought that they said that they were placed like to where you could see them, but I'm not sure. Hey everybody, look at all these people coming in here with all these green people with their little titanium arms. I love it. I just put the membership link in the chat. So I have a whole thing of notes here. I feel like my brain's going to explode. I've been thinking about this case so much today, and like reading the PCA and rereading and the last few days, because my live got kind of switched up from, we were going to do we're doing both, but we were going to do more on another subject, more on PTSD, but we're doing it on all of it now, it seems like. So I'm not sure how no one saw any other injuries with anyone else when that call was made. See, me either, Tony. I'm not sure either. That's what I don't get it, you know? When you said what up, for some reason I thought you said Cash App. And I'm like, I don't even have a Cash App. I was like, do you have a Cash App? I didn't even know it. I'm like, not with the program. But hello, everybody. Welcome on in, everybody. Oh, look, the screen's moving on its own. That's awesome. So in the PCA, and I don't have it up, but so you have to take my word for it. And I asked you guys this before, and I'm going to ask you guys again, because I feel like we have different people in here. And I asked this a while back, but, and it goes with what you guys were talking about if she had moved rooms or something. So in the PCA, it says that Dylan originally went to sleep in her bedroom. And I'm wondering why they use the word like originally. I'm going to put the panel link in here too. So if you guys want to come up and talk about the case, you can. Because I'm just wondering, like, the wording is weird to me. Oh, thanks, Summer. I really do. I feel like I've been in this chair for a while. Oh, and I forgot to tell you all, I fell. I fell yesterday or day before yesterday with the dogs. They saw another dog. It was bad. So my left butt, like my left side of my butt hurts. So if I'm moving around a lot tonight, I'm sorry, guys. And if I was last night, I'm sorry. That's why. I think originally refers to time, not location. Oh, A to Z, that's okay. I'm glad I asked again. Oh, thanks, Kay. Yeah, I'm okay. They saw it was like a big dog, and my Weimaraner hates, like, she doesn't hate dogs. She's scared of dogs. So she immediately just started barking, and when she does, she pulls like out. So I was trying to retract him because my other dog is a pit boxer, and she will fight to the death. Like, she will. So I was just worried about them. So I was focused on my dogs. I think the person took their dog inside. I don't even remember. I just remember it was like, I blacked out. I just remember looking at my dogs, just concentrate on them, and I fell. And I'm pretty good at falling. Like, I'm no just to sit down on my butt. But I think I fell a little harder than I thought, because today I'm feeling it. Only me would fall with the dogs. This is not the first time. And this won't be my last time. So I've come to terms with that. So I was going to show you. So, okay, originally that might be why. Because she originally went to sleep and then she woke up. See, that just makes sense to me because someone else had to say it. Me too. I'm thinking the same thing, Tony. We're reading each other's mind tonight. I think she did too. I'm thinking that maybe is why she didn't see everything. I think she just went down. I don't even think she looked that way. You have a pit boxer too? Aw. I bet it's badass like mine. I do, Suzanne. I do have the best mods. Do I use a cane, Cheryl? No, I don't. No, no canes for me. I have one though. I gave it to my nephew actually. A guy made it for me and I didn't need it. He's like, you can use this as a weapon if you want. And I didn't need it. And so I gave it to my nephew. I went from wheelchair to walker to walking. I didn't know. I skipped the cane. You fell in a toad a few months ago. My whole ass fell backwards. I've done that. I've had a whole shoe rack coming down on me with totes, like on them, like little totes. I had it on a shoe rack and it fell on me like backwards one time. And I text Vincent in the closet. I was like, just look at me. Just look at me. I'm a freaking mess. That's what I said. I was like, I'm a freaking mess. I fall a lot more than I'd like to admit. I fell the first day when I worked at my last job. I just like fell over. I was in heels and I just fell. It was on hardwood floors. It was definitely embarrassing. Very embarrassing. Okay, so I have another question for you guys. Some questions. Some things I have like questions, then some things I have to tell you guys. So it's like going to be a kind of a neat live. Because we usually play a lot of videos and it's more me tonight. So what about that step that okay, so I'm going to show you the step in the house and you guys tell me if you guys wouldn't trip over it, A, or do you think perhaps he was looking down and that's why he didn't see Dylan? Because, you know, we're wondering why he didn't see Dylan. Let me see if I can... Okay, so this is Xana's room right here. I believe. Oh no, this is Dylan's old room. I'm sorry. This is the first floor. Let me find you the stairs. So the step is right here. It's going to be back where this arrow is, where the good times sign is. And I'm going to like go closer to it also. Oh, no, Teresa, you okay? She slid and fell off the ramp on the boat after snorkeling. Oh my gosh. The fish wanted you just to come back. They just wanted you to come back. They liked you, Teresa. They liked your vibes. Oh no, that sounds like something I would do. So I'm in my head, I've been thinking about this step because I'm like, okay, so maybe when he was coming down the stairs, he kind of tripped going up it, like he hit it with his foot, the front of his foot kind of tripped going up. And then on the way back down, he was in his head going, think about that step, think about that step. So maybe he was looking downward. Because I know a lot of times people will look down when they're supposed to look straight ahead. I had to learn how to do that when I lost my eye. They had to teach me. I would constantly like walk with my head like down. And they were like, no, you have your peripheral vision for that. So when you're walking, in a straight line, like, you can miss a curb and things of that nature. But I think he might have been looking down and it was dark and he thought he was trying to be more like focused on the step instead of like on the door. Plus that door looks like it could be a closet right there to me. Let me pull that up for you. And then I just got to turn around here. This hallway is so small too. Like, look how small this is. Like, it's smaller than I remember. Like, if they saw each other, they were super, super, super close to each other. You're not sure if he would remember the step after murdering 4 people. Yeah, true. Fell down the cellar stairs. Oh my gosh, Cheryl, I've done that before. And good thing I didn't smack my head on that concrete bottom because my mom would have never came to get me. She never went down there ever. Ever. She never went to the cellar. She would have never, ever, not in a million years, not in a trillion. Even if she thought I was down there and I was lost, she would be like, police, go down there. Maybe Bethany was in Dylan's room with her. Oh, maybe. They could have been together. For sure. Because, I mean, that's just a small space. For some reason, I don't know why I was thinking it was a little bigger. And we've looked at this before. I mean, not this exact spot. We haven't really, but it's small. Like, if he's coming around that corner, she's looking out that door, and I think that's how it was open, too. I think it was open just a crack. What do you guys think? So, let me know. Yeah, if anyone wants to join me on panel, they can. There's a lot of stuff to talk about. So Kohlberger's friends have come out. I don't know why this says revelations. New Brian Kohlberger revelations, as people who know him share their stories. This is basically them just taking all the clips from every time someone's come out and talked about Brian Kohlberger, and they put it in a article form. So I figured we could go through it. I thought that would be kind of funny. Because this isn't shocking revelations. They must have been taking a little play out of the Banfield playbook there. Somebody is. It says, Brian Kohlberger has been dominating headlines ever since news broke. He was charged with fatally stabbing 4 University of Idaho students, Kaylee Gonzalez, 21, Madison Mogan, 21, Xana Coronado, 20, and Ethan Chapin, 20. They were brutally killed in their off-campus housing, and Kohlberger was arrested 7 weeks later at his parents' home in December 2022. I feel like this isn't wrote correctly, but before Kohlberger was named as the only suspect in the slayings, he lived a quiet life and flew under the radar as a regular Joe. Okay. A former classmate and neighbor are speaking out and revealing new details about the 28-year-old accused of murdering 4 people. I'm going to say that these people are coming out and everybody says something different. So I don't know why they're saying that they're like making it seem like he was recluse and stuff, because one of the guys came out and said that he actually went up and approached him when he saw him at a later date and tried to like be friends with him. So I don't understand that part. People looking for 15 minutes of fame, Isabel, you're right. You're so right. Where were we at? I'm sure there's statistics out there of how many people pass by a murderer or how many people know a, that word. I don't and didn't until recently, said Josh Ferrero, who attended DeSales University with Kohlberger. It's very concerning and it's very eerie and creepy, he told Lehigh Valley Alive, or LehighValleyLive.com, okay, a local outlet that teamed up with the Long Crime Network for a weeks-long investigation into Kohlberger's life before the murders. I don't think I saw that. Maybe probably did, but we just probably saw it in bits. But Kohlberger brought up by this is the member of the neighbor, and he had the wife. So this is the neighbor, and it says, Kohlberger was pursuing a PhD in criminology at Washington State University in Pullman, which is a 15-minute drive from where the murders took place. And that's where he met Christian Martinez. He lived in the same apartment complex as Kohlberger in Pullman as Kohlberger, and the two were friendly. Literally, like days after these murders happened, he brought it up when I saw him in the hallway. So this guy's saying, like, a couple days later, he sees him in the hallway, and Kohlberger brings it up and says, like, did you hear about those murders? He says, those are the two things he said. They have no leads and they think it was a crime of passion. And this was just like a couple days after. He just really liked talking to me in the hall. He would talk about his studies like forensics and stuff and criminology stuff. And at the time, it seemed like normal times, Martinez explained. I guess this is Kohlberger's apartment door. Yeah, it says 201 right there, I guess. Their apartments have screen doors on the front. I didn't know apartments really did that. Huh. That's a nice feature. I'll give them that. I'd like to have a screen on my front door, but, then I see into a hallway, so. Hey there, Rich. Hey, Fred, I meant to say hi to you earlier. Oh, no, torn rotator. Count me out, Fred. Hope you feel better. How are you going to work all your jobs? They won't be able to do it without you, Fred. I already know it. I can already tell. I can tell you're a hard worker. It says Kohlberger's dad introduced him. Oh yeah, I forgot about this. Introduced him to neighbors to make him to help him make friends. Remember we talked about that? He went to the neighbor and he was like, "Hey, will you be friends with my son?" He could just be recluse, introvert, but I don't know. In your 20s, let me know if you guys were you introverted? Are you introverted now? Let me know if you're introverted now and if you were introverted in your 20s. Because I'm in my 30s. In my 20s, I was an extrovert. Complete, screaming, throbbing, out there, feeding off of people, living the life extrovert. Now, in my 30s, total introvert. Very different. How embarrassing, Janet. I know. Can you imagine your dad going to the neighbor and knocking on the door, just seeing him in the hallway and being like, "Hey, I got this kid over here. This is my kid." Because we've seen and not to judge his father or anything, because his father didn't do anything wrong, but just to say he does look he's a little strange looking, and they got him at a bad angle in the camera and stuff in the body cam, and so I could just imagine that guy talking to me, saying, "Can you hang out with my kid?" No, sir. It says, Martinez lived across the hall from Kohlberger and has a vivid memory of him moving to the area in the summer of 2022. I met his dad in the parking lot. He just stopped and started talking to me. His dad was wanting to introduce me to Brian, and he said something. I don't remember the exact word he used to describe him, but it was something that was like he has a hard time making friends or he's kind of shy, Martinez explained. So he's 28 and his dad's still trying to make friends for him. Hey, Ashley. I'm a little bit of both, if that's even a thing. No, I'm kind of like that. I'm like that too. Like if I'm around people, if I have to be, I'm an extrovert. I'll probably be an extrovert. Brian is a little strange looking. He had to get it from somewhere. That's true. That's true. Actually, by the way, I saw your fish. My lord, girl. That thing was huge. I meant to tell you last night. She sent me a picture. She was fishing. I haven't, I don't think I've ever caught a fish. No, I caught one. I caught one little one, I think, before. I got a fishing pole. I don't ever use it, but I need to. I need to use my fishing pole. So this is the other guy that met Kohlberger, and when he met Brian, he met him at a pool party, and then he was like hiking with some friends one day, and he saw Kohlberger at the trails, and Brian tried to like approach him and be friendly with him, and he thought that was kind of weird, which I thought that was kind of nice that Brian did that, in my opinion. Like, you see somebody you saw at a pool party, you feel comfortable with that person, you want to be like, oh, hey, hi, I remember you. I think that's kind of like, I mean, I don't think that's a weird thing to me, but maybe he was like overly pushy or something. I don't know. That's what people used to say to me. My brother was like, I'll never take you hunting because you wouldn't shut up. The deer would just scatter. And I was like, yeah, I talked to them like Snow White. So shortly after Martinez was introduced to Kohlberger, he invited the alleged killer to a pool party where he met Zach Cartwright. I did notice him, and I noticed that he was kind of standing off the entire time. He wasn't very social, which I thought was kind of weird because it was a party and people were interacting. He was just kind of standoffish. He did seem kind of just socially awkward and kind of hard to carry a conversation with, I remember correctly. So this guy here, it doesn't say it in this article, but this guy here, this gentleman, does say that he ends up seeing Brian. He's introduced to Brian at this pool party, he says in this interview. I should have pulled the interview up. And in the interview, he says that he ends up seeing him like a month later or a little while later on some trails because he was hiking, and that Brian was overly like, just like talkative to him. But they didn't bring that up in this article because they're trying to make Brian look more recluse, if that makes sense. You could be dopey. I call people dopey all the time. Wow. $10,000 entering fee summer. My dad holds the record for biggest something, and well, probably not anymore. This was in like the 70s. But biggest one of these fish in Pennsylvania out on the Jersey Shore, so Seaside Heights. He holds the record out there. That made me proud of him. Because my dad didn't look like he never fished. I've never seen him fish a day in my life. This is a picture of Kohlberger there, as we know. It says Kohlberger acted like he was best friends with someone he hardly knew. Oh, never mind. He put it down here, so they did put it in the article, and I'm just kidding. Cartwright explained how Kohlberger mainly kept to the side and was really observant at the pool party, so much so that based on that one small interaction, he knew exactly who I was maybe a month or so later when I saw him on that hike. He added it was really weird how he approached me and with the people I was with because he acted kind of like we were best friends. It was like a reunion or something. He was really excited to see us, and I had no idea who he was right at that second. Do you think that he would... I mean, like, then why is his dad trying to make friends for him? You didn't think that was weird either? Yeah, I didn't think that was weird. I thought that was kind of nice. I mean, like, I'm not trying to, don't come for me. Don't cancel Tanya. Don't cancel TitaniumBuilt. Don't cancel either of us. But, I think that, like, I think he probably wanted to be friends with people, but, like, he didn't know how at the same time, if that makes sense. I probably wouldn't know how to make friends with people now after COVID. I don't know. Things are just different, I feel like. Ooh, rheumatoid arthritis. They thought I had that. Started reading the chat. I'm just reading away. Just reading away. Okay. So, it says Martinez wanted to invite Kohlberger to other parties and social events, but his wife always told him not to. She didn't have a good feeling about him because every time I would like to tell her I'm going to invite Brian because he didn't have any friends, and I was trying to bring him out and maybe meet people, she was always like, no, please don't. He was that creepy guy, I guess. I mean, they did say that there was patrons at a bar establishment that told him like that he couldn't be there any longer because he was trying to hit on the women after a couple drinks. Does he? He looks like he wears Velcro shoes. He looks he looks like the type. He looks like the type that would wear some Velcro shoes. My gosh. And I do have some stuff to talk about, but I have some stuff to talk about that too, because I got more. I got more to go with the dad. But not like with his dad, like not like saying anything bad about his dad, because his dad has nothing to do with this. I mean, other than birthing, Brian Kohlberger. Evidence with DNA was left behind at the crime scene. Let me read the caption up here. It says, a standout conversation with Kohlberger about DNA. So, evidence with DNA was left behind at the crime scene according to the probable cause affidavit, which was released after Kohlberger's arrest. A tan leather knife sheath was found next to Madison Mogan on the bed where she and Kaylee Gonzalez were found deceased, according to the affidavit. The Idaho State Lab later located a single source of male DNA left on the button snap of the knife sheath. The document reads, it was compared to DNA recovered from the trash at Kohlberger's parents' house and was a near perfect match. Martinez recalled conversations he had with his former neighbor that related to the evidence. He was talking about genealogy because I was talking about 23andMe because my sister and I just did all that. And then he brought up something similar in his studies that had to do with being able to catch criminals because of their relatives' DNA, which is, I guess, how he got caught up in his mix. Wow. I don't remember that. I don't remember him saying that. So apparently he was talking about, and particularly he was talking about genealogy, and that's what they caught him by, was genealogy. Wow. Okay. Martinez feels guilty about not spending more time with Kohlberger. This guy does seem like a genuinely really nice guy, the guy with the neck tattoo. And I'm sure his wife is a really nice woman, and she probably has a really good intuition, obviously. I mean, maybe, allegedly. We'll see. The murders happened on November 13th, 2022, and Kohlberger texts Martinez 11 days later on Thanksgiving, "Happy Thanksgiving to you and your family." It kind of made me feel bad because I was like one of the people that he made friends with. What if it would have made a difference if I had been able to meet up with him the times that I could have? Maybe that would have changed anything. And I felt bad when he said that. Like, there's nothing that he could have done. Allegedly, if Brian did this, there's nothing that he could have done to stop him, in my opinion. Kohlberger spent his childhood in the Pocono Mountains of Pennsylvania and attended college at DeSales University, a private Catholic university in the Lehigh Valley area. After he moved to Washington State for his PhD, he would have been indistinguishably from any of the other college students, young adults, recent college graduates, or graduate students going around Lehigh Valley. And then this guy, Ferrero, and Kohlberger worked together on a biology project. And I had his interview, but... Oh, no, Fred said he's about due for Velcro shoes at 76. No, you're cool. You can still tie them. We'll pay someone to tie them for you. That's what we'll do. And yeah, welcome everybody coming in. Turn my camera off for just a second. I'm actually going to grab a drink really quick, guys. I'll be right back. I'm going to grab a drink really quick. Okay. No, don't take over, Summer. You're supposed to be the mods. I haven't even been looking at my notes, but it's because I'm reading this anyway, so. Oh, yeah, so actually, speaking of which, where's Bot? Where's Nightbot? Have you guys seen Nightbot? I haven't seen him. He's here, but I mean, like, I don't know. Let's see if it does it. But I'm trying not to I shouldn't have started him up. But I think that I have him to where he's not going to time anybody out. So basically, if you see a thing called Nightbot, it's another mod. It was supposed to help the chat. If it times you out for 5 seconds or whatever it does. Just come back and I will figure out how to undo Nightbot. But he botted everybody out last night and it was hilarious. So if you guys didn't see last night's live, make sure you watched at least the end of it because it was hilarious at the end. So we'll go back to the article now. Ferrer received an undergraduate criminal justice degree from DeSales and recalled a project he worked on with the accused killer for an entire semester. He was new and I said, "Hey buddy, do you want to be my lab partner?" Ferrer recalled. So I took him and it ended up working out very well. So I took him. Like, what do you mean? Like he's a dog. So I took him. I don't know who wrote this article, but they didn't write it very well, I don't think. So I took him. I don't know. It just sounds very weird to me. Ferrer was closely following the story of the Idaho murders and couldn't believe his former lab partner was the suspect. My reaction was exactly, "I know this guy. I definitely remember that name from DeSales, but I couldn't paint the face in my mind," he said. "I'm like, Brian Kohlberger, and I'm like, oh my gosh, Brian Kohlberger. I did a project with him in biology." Can you imagine? You're just going on with your day, you're just hanging out, like just doing life. And the news pops up, Brian Kohlberger arrested, suspect in Idaho Four Massacre. And you're like, that guy looks familiar. Imagine being the girl that said he told her she had good birthing hips. I don't know. I would probably be freaked out. It says Kohlberger was not known at school. How many people, let me see this. How many people go to Sal's? Because, like, they're going to talk about how he wasn't known at DeSales. I'm just wondering. Oh. There's 2,400 people that go there. It looks like. Oh, wait. That's enrollment. Undergraduate. Wow. Enrollment is 2,398. So maybe he was, I don't know. I'm just questioning things. DeSales University is a small university, with less than 5,000 students. I just looked it up. Should have just read, y'all. However, according to a former classmate, not many people knew Kohlberger. It's a small school. It's not like it's Penn State or a Pitt or a Temple. It's a very small school in a cornfield, Ferrer said. If you go there, you know most of the people within your study and pretty much everyone that goes to the school. He was not known. He knew him. He did a project with him. He just said that. So now he's not known, but he knew him. I don't know. I don't get that. DeSales is just a close-knit and heartfelt community. Like I said, everybody knows each other, and the fact that no one really knows about this guy. He went in and out. Well, that's usually what you do with school. You go in and out. I know. I wonder why he went to Washington State, Teresa. Like, why he went from such a small school to such a big school. Like, I wonder if that was like his intention. Like, he was like, I don't like the small school life. I want something bigger. And why go all the way to Washington? Like, I'm from the East Coast. I don't know. Maybe something drew him there. Heck no, me neither. I wouldn't want to be associated with him in any, no, I'm cool. We'd have people knocking on our door right now. JLR, I was watching my iPad earlier, and on my For You page, he was cruising by Kohlberger's old apartment today. And I was like, oh, be damned if he ain't at freaking Steadtoe Apartments right now. Steadtoe Apartments, apartment 201G or whatever, G201. He was there. He'll give you a drive. He went on a drive. Says, when Ferrero heard about Kohlberger's arrest, he was stunned at the time. I would never said, oh yeah, that guy would do something like this. He may have been a little odd or off, but other than that, you would never expect You never expect to be allegedly part of a quadruple homicide. Maybe it's just me. Kohlberger was an average Joe. That looks scary. Maybe it's just me, but he looks a little scary. What was Summer said? Did you see T that heals in the hair? No, I didn't. I meant to watch that and I forgot. Let me know what it is about. I forgot to watch it. Oh man, I wanted to watch that and I forgot. I clicked on it and then I was like, no, don't watch that. Watch it later because that's something You know, like I love watching stuff. I love watching stuff about Idaho. Like I don't love it that I have to do it, but I do enjoy like, and I appreciate the coverage and stuff. But when I watch stuff like, Heels in the Air or like, drama channels or whatever, that's more for me to like just relax, and I wanted to watch that today and I forgot to do that. I like to do a little decompress sometimes. But if you haven't checked out Heels in the Air's channel, she is pretty funny. She's not true crime, but she's a no-nonsense kind of gal, and I love her. It says, Kohlberger commuted to school and kept to himself while he studied psychology as an undergraduate at DeSales, and according to Ferrero, there wasn't anything alarming about him. It's not always the creepy guy with glasses and oily hair creeping around the corner. Well, he looks pretty. I mean, he looks creepy to me. I don't know. It's sometimes the average Joe that on the inside you have no idea what he looks like, but on the outside he may just seem like a normal person, much like Brian Kohlberger did. Ferrero has a theory. Okay, let's hear his theory. I should have just played the thing for you, the interview. Now that Ferrero has time to process the fact that he knows an alleged killer, he's thought about what drove him to this point. I think he had compulsion, this necessity to do it, and he probably always wanted to do it. And finally said, F it, I'm going to do it. What do you guys think? Why do you think Kohlberger did this? Do you think that it was like a premeditated, like he saw the victim, stalked him, did it? Or do you think this was like, he just decided like, hey, he saw them going home that night and he's like, I'm just going to go in and get them. How about we do a 1 in the chat for premeditated, if you think he premeditated it, a 2 in the chat if you think that he didn't premeditate it. He just did it on a whim. He just was like, I see some girls in this house. I'm going to go over there. Could be either or. You think he's been dreaming about his whole life? Yeah, I think that this is all led up to something. Yeah, the bigger campus, the more people. Yep, easier to exist in plain sight. And I think he enjoyed the people. I think he enjoyed what they look like. The college people. Tomboy charm coming in with a 3. I love that. Me too. I think he premeditated. If it's him, I mean, and if it's not him, if I had an alibi, if I knew where I was that night, or if I knew where I was and I wasn't there, I would be screaming it from the rooftops. But that's just me. I mean, he's been so stoic. I will give him that. He's very good at keeping his mouth shut so far as we know anyway. We don't know if he's talking. He might be talking. He could be in jail talking to the CO or the COs right now. He could be talking this whole time. We don't know. Everything's under seal, but I think that something might have came out before then. And did you know, actually, since you said to turn your gifts on, I just want to let everyone know about memberships. You can even get gifted a membership when you're not a subscriber, I think. I didn't know that. Because it asked me to turn on my memberships today in the channel. And I wasn't a subscriber in the channel. I said, what's this? What's going on here? Sorry, I got my back's itching. It's like in a weird spot. Going down a rabbit hole in this one. Supposedly Brian had a mask on that covered his nose and mouth. Is that common for Idaho? With that beak, he would need his nose exposed. No, it's not common, but I think that people do it because now that COVID was a thing, people think that they don't look at them differently if they're wearing a mask, but we do. We're because no one's wearing them, but like one person here, one person there. So still they're not looking at them like they're weird or anything, but they're still noticing it. It's something you're definitely going to notice and be like, why are you wearing a mask? But I think that night it was super cold. But I mean, he was inside, so why would he have a mask on? I think that if he was outside with a mask on that night, no one would probably have said anything to him though. Because it was I think it was pretty cold that night. They do, yeah, daddy YouTube. Stupid YouTube. I know, I didn't even know that until the other day. I was like, what? Well, I know that Summer knows how to turn it on, and I was going to say, it'll ask you too. Yeah, so make sure that you have your allowed gifts on. Make sure that you like the video. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Because we do gift out free memberships here all the time. I think I may do them. I might do some free memberships tonight. If y'all remind me. If I can get on my own video. You have to go through like YouTube and all this crazy stuff. So maybe I'll do that with you guys on here. I have to like physically go in my video and turn it off. Okay, wow, that's a lot. Let's see what I have on my notes. Okay, so I'll read through this and then I'll start with my notes. I don't know why I was going to cut through this. I was going to cut off the article we were reading. It says, Ferrero believes Kohlberger snapped, saying, I think he's just sick. I think that people online want to make this into a fairy tale and make it grandiose, I can't say that word, and much more than it is. I know what I'm trying to say, but I don't know how to say it. If he had done this, I think it's a sick individual that finally snapped. That he's a sick individual that finally snapped. No one just snaps, this guy here says. While Ferrero has his theories about the motive behind the killings, forensic psychologist Dr. John Del Toro has his own. No one just snaps. This is like an article. I swear this is let me see. No, I don't have it. I thought I did. I swear I had this on like a video, but I don't, so I'll read through it. Because I do have some more videos to show you guys. Oops, let me get back to this really quick. But it says, no one just snaps. There can be a straw that breaks the camel's back if we want to continue to use adamants. Okay, why is he using these weird words for me? That certainly can happen, but that person has been dealing with distressing emotions for a very long time, has been unsuccessful in coping with them in a healthy way. You know, maybe he did have that visual snow. I don't know. I mean, he definitely has something wrong with him. He's got something majorly wrong with him. If he thought he could commit a crime like this and get away with it, especially being if it's his first crime, he went all in. Oh, I love it when you guys tell me how to pronounce words. I love it. Grandiose. Grandiose? Is that how you say it? Grandiose? I don't know if I'm still saying it right. Thank you, Fred. I usually do them on the laptop too. Like if I do memberships, I don't know how to do it on my phone or on my iPad. Nope. It just lets me buy like a super chat or super sticker, which I wonder what that would do if I bought it for myself, if it would come up as my name. No, that would be funny if I was sending myself. That would be funny. Oh, thanks, Norma. I'm surprised you don't have a membership yet. We do like to give them out around here. Oh, I got papers flying everywhere. Sorry. Let me move this so it's not making noise. Now, this guy is saying there's still so much to be learned about Kohlberger, but one thing is clear: whoever committed the crime is a mass killer. What actually happened was that he was a mass killer. Del Toro said whoever did this should actually be considered a mass killer. Okay, how many times is he going to say that? He doesn't take away from the possibility that they're also serial unalivers. I've got to say unalivers every once in a while, even though I hate it. Former professor breaks down the mind of a psychopath. This is his old teacher. I've seen her on a ton of shows, like before Dr. Ramslin here, before this case was even a case. She's been all over Oxygen, ID channel. She's been everywhere. She's been on it all. I don't know if you guys remember her on any of those. Like I can't remember the exact like programs, but it was those channels. But yeah, oh, grandiose. See, there we go. He is. Very much so. Remember that. Oh, you do? Well, yeah. So I had to come on here and say sorry because I didn't realize. Okay, I went to school for criminal justice myself, 4 years, and I got my degree. And when I went, we never had no crime scene house to walk up in with some fake blood and some, bodies laying there and all that kind of stuff. We didn't have that. We had it was all over the computer. It was very, I don't know, animated, I would say. So let me put my headphones on. Tomboy Charm's going to come up and chit chat for a minute. Let me connect my AirPods real quick so that The sound's not bad. Let's stop my camera here. Good evening. Oh, let me
Let me turn
connect.
off my camera.
Oh, there we go. Oh no, you can turn it on. You can leave it on or off. It doesn't matter. Oh, I lost there. Oh, there we go. Sorry.
There, that's better.
There we go. Yeah, sometimes I'll turn my camera off too. So what's going on, Tomboy Charm? How are you?
Oh, I'm great. I have had better weeks, but hey,
Yeah.
s-
What's going
such
on?
as
How's Oh,
just
I'm over here. Sorry.
just building stuff.
Oh yeah, I forgot I forgot you build things. And you do like don't you do cups, tumblers and stuff
Yes,
too?
yes,
Yes.
yes.
Oh, I bet that's exciting. I used to do gift wrapping way back in the day.
Yeah.
I
See,
used to gift wrap for people.
I'm not allowed to do that because my ADHD gets the better of me, and I'll spend hours on a
That,
package.
yeah, that was my problem. I had a gentleman actually bring it into my work. I was a manager at a store, and he wanted me to wrap something. So I was like, okay, I'll do it after work. And I was there forever. And I told him, I was like, I'm sorry. It was a book too. It was just wrapping a book. But he loved it. He came back for a second one. So that's all that matters. What do you think is going on? What do you think about this case? You said you were talking to a professor about it.
Yeah. One of my really good friends actually owns a big, huge property up there. And she's in with this professor guy. He his thinking is that this dude's a scapegoat.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Who are they thinking that did it?
Uh, there are well, his thinking is that it's almost like somebody in the house. It was a planned thing, but he's like uh, he's gonna take the fall. I don't know. It's weird.
Yeah. Do you think when I mean when do you think he would say something like he would be screaming that from the rooftops? Or do you think he's smart and that's why he's keeping his mouth shut? Because I mean that's what they tell you to do. They
It
really
could
do. I
be.
mean, like he's kind of doing what he's supposed to do. Like I mean, but if in reality, if that was me, I'd be screaming probably from the rooftops
I,
that I
I
was
still
innocent.
I still question why one of the first thing he said when he was arrested was, "Has anybody else been arrested?"
Yeah, I'm wondering that too. I don't know why he asked that. I know that they said that like two other killers, serial killers, had said the same thing when they were arrested. Ted, or was it Gacy? I think was one of them, and I can't remember the other one. But there was two that I guess that when they were arrested, they said the same thing. Was anyone else arrested, like with me? So I'm wondering if he knew that and that's why he said it. But why would he say that?
Yeah, I don't know. Or
It's just,
you don't even really know if he said it because we all know where that came from.
yeah. Do you think he could have had like a? So you think maybe he could have had an accomplice?
He could have very well been just the lookout.
Yeah. Because I was thinking that's actually next on my notes. I was just looking over. I was like, wow. Um, because I was thinking if he had an accomplice, if the accomplice was inside the home with him, you would think they would check all the bedrooms thoroughly. If there was two of them, scattered throughout the house.
I still cannot fathom how one person does away with four people the way that he did in what, 15 minutes?
Yeah, it was like 4:20. It was like 4 o'clock to 4:25, but I think by the time he parked and got in there and everything, it was like 19 minutes or something like that.
Yeah, I
I have the
that
probable
makes
cause. Total time 16 minutes, I think.
yeah, that makes no sense to me.
That's fast to me, and I felt like doing like an experiment, and I'm gonna have to do it maybe because I have stairs. Like I was trying to like even measure it out just to see how like far, you'd have to just walk, like just the walking around would take. I mean, I don't know how. I think it could be really fast, or it could be. I mean, I'm really confused with the time myself. I'm confused with the whole situation actually.
Yeah, it baffles me.
I think that's why so many people are stuck on this case and that so many people want to know the answers because it's so far out there. We don't know anything. That's what it is. I think if we had all the answers, if we knew more about Brian Kohlberger as a person and all that, I think that we would might be a little more satisfied. But we have like nothing to work with when it's, under gag order, especially. So then
Yeah.
people's minds just start flying everywhere.
Well, I know. I don't think. I think there's a lot of people that don't understand um, the drug scene up there. I know it is. It's bad, and I know from not that I've sold or anything, but I just know that there was a student here at TCU who he was on scholarship and everything, and they got busted for dealing out of the dorm.
Oh wow. Oh, up at Washington or Idaho?
No, down here in
Oh.
Texas at TCU.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
My girls went to school with him, so um, it's
It's probably bad everywhere. I would assume.
yeah. And the Pacific Northwest has always been, the hub for the drug scene.
Yeah.
It's huge in Washington State, Idaho, um, Oregon.
I know it was huge over here when pain medication first came into the scene. Like in the early 2000s, Ohio was one of the pipelines. Like we had one of the highways that went from Florida straight up. So they would just like bring all of the drugs up here.
Yeah,
It was really bad. I remember like when I was in my early 20s, that's when I started learning, more about that kind of stuff and hearing about it. But I didn't know. I have never looked into that angle at like Idaho or Washington State or anything like that.
well, from Boise to the Coeur d'Alene area, 95 is a straight shot.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah.
So it's like one of those like high like kind of like the highway major highways. They say like the
Well, Highway 95 is just basically a little two-lane highway that runs all the way from southern Idaho all the way to the Canadian border.
yeah.
So, and there's the patrol, not, it's really lax in that area.
Yeah. Yeah, you can kind of tell even when the cops were there like multiple times, they kind of kept giving them extra tries, which was, I mean, I thought it was pretty nice of the officers to do that.
Yeah, I didn't
They're
get an extra try.
no, not me neither. Not me neither. Every time I put a sip of alcohol in my mouth, it was like an officer was there beside me. Like, what are you doing? What do you mean? What am I doing? We lived in I'm from a small town, so everybody knew everybody, and it was like you couldn't the wind would go the wrong way, and people would be
Yeah.
busted for stuff like but when we were young, it was just drinking in the parking lot or in the high school parking lot or something. It wasn't like or like it was like sneaking here and there. It wasn't like drugs like it is now.
Yeah, and I mean, it's bad. I have two nieces that have passed away in the last year.
Oh no.
They were from Spokane, and the drug scene is huge.
Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. That's terrible. Was it
Um,
fentanyl related?
the one was,
Mm-hmm.
the other one was, her body just said, "Girl, I've had enough."
Oh wow. Oh
The,
no.
those the one that died the end of January. She left behind three toddlers.
Oh no. That's
Um, a set of twins who are 18 months old, and then a 3-year-old. They're actually coming here the 15th of May.
oh. So they're gonna come and stay with you?
Yeah.
You're like, I'm not ready.
Like I said, my youngest is 30.
Oh, your youngest is 30?
Yeah, she's
Aw.
30. So, and then I have toddlers coming. Oh, I don't even know what to do.
You're gonna be doing it all over again. How old are
Uh,
they?
uh there's a 3-year-old little girl, and then two 18-month-old twins.
Twins. They're gonna be fun. Copying each other. I
Yeah.
bet they're missing mom though.
They
It'll probably be nice to be around you though.
Yeah,
Have
just
you?
around family. They've been in foster care for
Oh
just pretty much the
no.
last year because
Although they need you then.
yeah.
Oh yeah, they need you for
Yeah.
sure. For
And
sure.
my sisters are down here, and we've got plenty of nieces and nephews and cousins, and you know,
Oh,
they'll be just fine.
that's good. Make sure you take a video. I'm like when you see them, like when they come, just like take a little video because you never know. Even the 18-month-old, they might have a crazy, weird reaction. Even if it's crying, it may be funny later on in life. You may be like, "Hey, look, when you guys first came, you were crying. You didn't want to be here. Now look at you," or something.
Yeah,
It'd be something cute like that.
when the when the twins were born, I gave my niece a really hard time, and I'm like, "Can't you count past three?" She's like, "Why?" And I'm like, "Your children all have three-letter names. You can't count past three?"
Oh, that's cute though. So Juniper Rod wanted to see more detail angle eyesight coming from Dylan's room. That's why I switched the picture. I think this is good. Let me know if this one's good for you, Juniper Rod. Because that is a small hallway. I was actually... So let me see. So I was just talking about the teacher that Kohlberger was studying with. And I didn't realize that they had like a whole murder house set up to where you can go in there and see like a whole full crime scene. And I was reading an article she put out, and she even said something, Dr. Ramsland, this is an old article, that she said that her students will even have like red herrings or be red herrings, and that other students won't know, but they'll have to figure it out. And when I went to school for the same, like almost the same thing, we didn't have any of that good stuff. Like that would have been really nice to learn, just coming from a person that wanted to learn about it. We just had, the computer, and it was kind of like a 2D kind of animation, more like, like this that we're seeing on the screen. We didn't get to actually physically be in a house. So I think that he learned a lot more than I thought that he did.
That see, it floors me. I don't understand. Um, it, it makes absolutely no sense to me. It just there's too many questions.
Yeah, like, I was gonna actually see, like, I have like a bunch of questions on this little paper. I was gonna ask you some of them. So, do you think that do you think that maybe Dylan maybe went downstairs to Bethany's room after everything happened, or do you think she went back into her bedroom? It's so weird. It's so tricky with her because, we don't know a whole lot about what's going on with Dylan or Bethany.
There's Again, I have way too many questions on that issue.
Yeah. Because I was thinking, I mean, if she did go out, let me turn this little thing around. I mean, she could have just walked out and not even looked to the left and went straight down the stairs. But I don't know. Those are questions I have in my little head that I may get the answers to during court. She'll probably be one of the star witnesses, I'm assuming, or the star witness. She's the only one that's seen him. I mean, they have DNA, they have other stuff too, but cars data, cell phone data, but I think that they're going to rely on her testimony a lot, like what she saw.
Yeah.
I'm assuming that they put him in a lineup and she picked him out. Because like she would have had to have picked him out of something. They can't just be like, oh yeah, he has bushy eyebrows. It has to be him. I wouldn't think. I mean, maybe they did do it that way, but oh, and thank you, Bill, for gifted memberships, and thank you, Summer, for gifted memberships. That's so sweet. Everyone's gifted memberships over there. Yeah, I have so many questions. Like, and then my one of my biggest things was like his dad flying out. I'm just so like, why would you fly out? Because me and Vincent fly out to California once a year, so it's pretty much the same distance, like Pennsylvania to Washington, sort of the same distance. And I actually was looking it up on my freaking thing expired, my session. Let me see. Well, you may have to take my word for it because I don't remember the cities he was coming in from. I think it was Pullman, yeah. Oh, yeah, and then it was Allentown, PA, because that's where my dad's from. I actually remember that. And then the date, let me share this tab. He was like the 15th or something. But it was expensive to fly out there. Like, And then for you to drive back, I mean, that's expensive to get a, if you're going to drive, you're going to have to get car, you're going to have to get or you're going to have to have like, if you have the car, you're going to have to get gas, food,
Well,
lodging.
yeah, I think, why do I want to, I really honestly think that may have been planned
You
prior
think
to
so?
that. Yeah.
That's what they said. Oh, I actually put the wrong date on there. It was like, I have it wrote down. I just have to go back, but it was 12/15. I don't know why I put 12/18. But I think that's when they like got pulled over. That's why I had that date in there. Something went wrong. Okay, you know what, you son of a gun? Why are you doing this to me? Well, okay, we're not going to be flying on American Airlines anytime soon, y'all. Because I want to load. But it was like $859 one way. There's no flights now, but I don't know. That's just a lot of money because his family doesn't have any money. So to me, that just seems really, really ridiculous to fly and spend $1,000 and
Yeah.
then drive back just for your son to drive back.
Yeah, but if you purchase way in advance, it's like $200.
Oh, we've never got a ticket that cheap.
That's why I'm really thinking that it had to have been that was just like something the family had planned or something. That's
Yeah,
just my thinking.
it's just so weird to me. I don't know why they would want to. I mean, I guess if you want to go and spend time with your dad, but they didn't look like they were having fun in the car. They looked like they were ready to get away from each other to me.
Yeah,
Because,
and then
his second time he got pulled over, his dad was probably like, I'm done.
Isabel, like gas at what anywhere between 3.50 and $5 a gallon. I know when I drove from Washington to Florida, it cost me about $400 just in gas.
Oh, yeah, I asked Vincent actually about that earlier because he went from California to Michigan. I can't remember what he told me. Maybe he'll text me in a minute if he hears me in the chat.
Yeah,
Because
see that Ashley,
he drove.
that Thai food thing throws me off too.
Yeah.
Why
Well,
didn't you just say what you were doing and trying to?
I think he got nervous. I think he was nervous, and so he was just rambling.
Well, that could very well be.
But I think it was just a dumb thing to say. Like, what? I mean, who goes to get Thai food 2,500 miles away? Like, that's
How
if
did
I was the
he?
officer, that's what I would have been thinking.
You're in the middle of the interstate in
I
Indiana.
know.
Where are you going to find Thai food? You just googling it?
We got the maps up. Man, yeah, that is true. They were in the middle of the highway. There was nothing around. I actually,
Yeah.
that highway runs past where I live. I forget which one it was, but it's one of these that's right off where I live. 71 or 70 or something like that.
If
But
I am correct too, I think there's only two airlines that fly into Pullman. One is Alaska, and one is another rinky-dink one.
okay, this one goes to Pullman to Allentown. American Airlines does. I know that I looked up another one and it didn't, and I was like, oh, um, I can't think of the other. It's like a major airline,
Yeah, well,
and it
somewhere
said it
around the
didn't.
Pullman area, you'd have to take a little, what, 8-seater to get to Pullman.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And I'm going to guess probably at Spokane.
Oh, wow. So you'd have to take an extra plane to get the.
Yeah.
So Kohlberger's dad would have had to take two planes?
He probably had several layovers.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Like a layover or something. Okay. That's what, yeah, we've done that before where we've had to have a
Yeah, I'm
layover.
pretty. He probably had a layover somewhere around Chicago, and then Chicago into Geigerfield, which is in Spokane, and then a little 6-8-seater from Spokane to Pullman.
Do we know? This is a good question. I don't know this answer. How long did his dad stay in town before they headed back? Did he stay overnight at Kohlberger's house? I don't even remember hearing that he stayed.
Why is my brain saying he was there for 2 days before they left?
I don't know.
It's like stuck in my head.
Maybe I was like, I don't know that answer. That's something I don't know. Maybe someone will know in the chat. I saw a werewolf with the Chinese menu in his hand. I'm just over here reading the chat. They're all crazy. What else do I have right down here? And then, let's see. I have all kinds of stuff. Then I was so I was wondering about he registered his car plates on November 19th, but they did.
After.
So yeah, so they didn't put the picture out till December 12th. So I don't know why. I mean, I guess I know why everyone's making a big deal of it because it was after. But he had to do it within 6 months. I guess that would have been what,
Actually, technically, you have to do it within 30 days.
30
I
days?
know
Okay.
this for a fact because I've got a ticket for that.
My Vincent still has his license from California, and I don't know how he's getting away with it. He's like 16 in his license picture. I'm not kidding you. He's 21, I think. He's so young. I'm like, no, what are you doing? And he's getting away with it because I think COVID and stuff right now, like he can send it in, his stuff in. But I'm like, how do you not have to get a new license yet, buddy? He he doesn't want to be an Ohioan yet. He's
Well,
not
as long as
there.
his license isn't expired,
No,
he
it's
can
not.
keep it.
Uh-uh.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. He's like, it's fine. And I'm like, oh man, I got this bad picture, and he's over there looking crisp and young. In
Isabel,
his,
what national park?
oh yeah. So yeah, no, he didn't get any. He went by some parks, but they ended up being in the wrong state. I don't know if he ended up actually being in that area. And remember the first PCA, it said Kohlberger went to Johnson,
Johnson.
Washington,
He
and
went
then
to
they had to
Johnson,
switch it.
Idaho,
Yeah, so the second PCA came out and they switched it. They were like, "Oops, our mistake. It was actually Johnson, Washington."
which is
So
literally 8 minutes from home.
yeah, so at first we all thought he was an hour and a half from home, and we're like, "What's he doing?" Because he's an hour away from home. But he still was there for a couple hours with his phone turned off, and we're not sure what he was doing. I'm sure the cops have tracked that somehow, but we don't know if they found anything.
I know there is there's we used to call them power towers,
Uh-huh.
just outside of Johnson, and that's where we used to go party.
Okay, so maybe like that's where his tower was hitting, or maybe that's where he was at.
It could be because otherwise, there. I mean, the houses are sparse there in Johnson, but um, I know he did not go to Johnson, Idaho. There's no
Yeah,
way.
no, no, he didn't. We thought he did because that's what the first PCA said. Because I saw that and I thought I had like an epiphany moment, and I
I had to
jumped on
take
a
Idaho
live.
State history. I'm reading that, going, where the hell is
And it
Johnson,
took,
Idaho?
I know, and it took me forever to find that little dot of nothing. It was like, it's like it's nothing. It's
It's
really,
a
like when you
road.
look at, it's a road, yeah. When you really look into it, it's really nothing. But when you want to see something, it's there. Do you know what I mean? Your brain is like, it sees it, and it's like, I saw Johnson, Idaho, whatever. But it was like, and then the second PCA came out, and I was like, oh, they switched it. They corrected themselves. Which
Yeah,
was it was just a simple mistake. It just the state was different because they're dealing with both states.
yeah, and I'm still stuck on the what God's creation did you go all the way down to Lewiston for? What?
Yeah. Yeah. Why were you shopping at Albertsons? What did you get?
There's way better, hipper stores in Moscow. I can tell you that.
Yeah, well, he allegedly said, the shopping was better in Idaho to someone, apparently. I don't know if I think News Nation came out with that, though. So take that with a sea of salt.
Yeah. What
Ashley, I don't
federal
want to.
park?
Yeah, I want to. Yeah. Yeah, I don't think he was at any parks, but his vehicle will should tell where he was.
I'm trying to think of the parks between
Yeah, let me see if I can pull up.
Moscow and Lewiston, and
Oh, wait, I pulled up the wrong thing here. Google Maps. It's like if we're going from, where would we be going from? Pullman.
Pullman.
My brain's zapping out on me. And we're going to directions, and we're going to go to, where were you saying the first one? You said it. My brain's going out on me, girl.
Johnson.
Johnson, Idaho. Yeah. Okay. So we're gonna go to Idaho.
You
Johnson,
want to go
Idaho.
to Johnson,
Oh,
Washington?
Washington. Man, I'm getting them really mixed up now. Yeah, because we want to see what the national parks are. So if we do this, I think we could pull up parks. It will say like parking lots, maybe more. I thought that's how we did it. Well, maybe not. I swear it came up last time down here where we could like pull up parks or something. But maybe there's nothing. That's why it's not pulling it up. I'm going to just pull up Johnson.
If you pull up Johnson, Idaho, you might come up with
That's what I'm gonna
several.
say.
Yeah,
That's
Clearwater
what I think
National
it,
Forest.
I think that's what it was. I think that she might be thinking of that live that we did. But it's not gonna, oh, don't you not pull it up. It's there. It's just a little dot of nothing. There we go. So this one, maybe we didn't use this. Maybe we used a different thing, but I swear we had one and it pulled up a bunch of different parks all the way through, like this interstate. And I think you can even actually go back. Like if you zoom out, you can see the parks.
Well,
Like it'll
okay.
say like the wilderness over here. These are a
Yeah,
little bit further out, but
if you go south on 95, is that on 95 or is he traveling?
this would be, well, 95's right here, and this is 195, the
Yeah,
blue, and then
it's
the
it's the
yellow right here
cutoff.
is,
Yeah.
yeah. So
Um,
this is if he was going this way.
well, if
Let's,
he wanted to be a real pain in the butt, he could just go down through Troy and Kendrick, go back up, and he could cut off about an hour and a half going through the Asaka grade.
you know the area better than he does. It's probably because he's from Pennsylvania.
That's what I'm saying. And everybody kept saying, oh, it took him 40 minutes to get from Moscow to Lewiston. Hold on, wait a minute. If you don't know that road, it's going to take you a good hour, hour and a half because
Yes.
it is a little 2-lane highway with no lights.
Oh, I grew up on a highway like that. It was like a state route.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
there's turns and yeah, if you don't know that road,
Is it like one of those? Is it like one of those that are like a back road too? Is it kind of like a back road, like a 55 mile per hour, but you got like sharp turns, country road, or is it more of a highway?
it's a 2-lane highway, but
Okay.
every town you go through, you have to drop down to 35. Truckers take that route, so
Oh, I understand. Because you'll go through like little towns.
yeah,
I gotcha. Okay.
it's the
Well, that makes,
boringest drive ever.
we have one like that here in Ohio. That's goes from my town to my old town, and I hate it. When I have to go back home, there's nothing to look at. Absolutely nothing. Um, let me see here. What else I have on here? Um, oh, I was gonna play their TikTok because I saw this on another channel. I think I did, guys. I might have dreamed it. I dreamt it maybe, but someone I swear was talking about like listening to the sounds in the house in this TikTok, and you can kind of like you kind of hear what like the floor sounds like and the people sound like. And so I thought I would play it because we haven't heard it for a while. And when I listen to it, like when Maddie comes up the stairs, she is stomping when she comes up them. Like she's trying to be loud, but it's pretty loud. Like I don't know if you would be able to go up and down like those wooden stairs without making any noise. But then again, they might be used to hearing noise at the same time.
Well, yeah, if you're a party house, you're hearing noises all the time.
Yeah. And that's what I was going to bring up too before I bring up I had this wrote down and I was like, I saw my notes and I was like, what does that mean? So when Vincent and I first started dating, because there is a way for you to like sneak into a house and not really be seen. There is I literally lived with him in his fraternity house. Don't tell anybody. Don't tell Ohio State. But yeah, I stayed there for like a good 4 months in his room with him. Like we were in between houses. We were young, like we were trying to figure out our way. He was still in school. And so I would just stay there like every night. And I never saw his roommates except for one time. And all the times that I stayed there, like we just never saw them, but then again, they didn't have wooden steps in their house where it was creaky, but it was an old house like this one. Ohio State campus is set up like that. They're set up with for the most part, really old houses that are built like this one with like the hard floors, just kind of like, and they've been built onto, a couple times, things of that nature. So I'll play this TikTok and then you guys, I think it's pretty loud. But at the same time, they may have been wearing headphones in the bedrooms. I don't know if I would do that if I was home though, but maybe they do. We need some 19-year-olds in here. I just want to clean up those cups for them. But yeah, I'll play this here. And it's sad to watch it because they were having so much fun. But it is really loud, I think. Let me see if the volume's up. Okay, yeah.
God, it smells like dirty dick in here. Murphy, you've been a bad boy. Oh my God, it's 9:10. Guys, can anybody drop me class? I'm fucking late for my meeting. I was supposed to be there 10 minutes ago. Did anybody do their chores today? Fuck, I'm just gonna do it. Oh shit, you guys, it's 8. Gotta go, Jake's calling. Oh, Jake's calling. Oh my God, I look horrid. Oh, Murphy, you look so cute. Get out of here. You seriously gotta get out of here. You're fucking stupid as shit. Hey guys, I know I talk about myself a lot, but like, what would you guys do in my situation? Damn, where are you going? Yeah, I gotta go pull you out. Failed 2 of them already. Do like a wine night? Like, let's just do a wine night.
Yo, is it okay if I have a party? Like, just 3 or 4 people, at most.
God, it smells like dirty dick in here. Murphy, you've been a bad boy. Oh my God, it's 9:10. Guys, can anybody drop me class? I'm fucking late for my meeting. I was supposed to be there 10 minutes ago. Did anybody do their chores today? Fuck, I'm just gonna do it. Oh shit, you guys, it's 8. Gotta go, Jake's calling. Oh, Jake's calling. Oh my God, I look horrid. Oh, Murphy, you look so cute. Get out of here. You seriously gotta get out of here. You're fucking stupid as shit. Hey guys, I know I talk about myself a lot, but like, what would you guys do in my situation? Damn, where are you going? Yeah, I gotta go pull you out. Failed 2 of them already. Is there do like a wine night? Like, let's just do a wine night.
Yo, is it okay if I have a party? Like, just 3 or 4 people, at most.
God, it smells like dirty dick in here. Murphy, you've been a bad boy.
To me, that door almost looks like a closet. There, and I think there's an echo in the house. I feel like, I mean, it's pretty loud. Oh, Lori, yes, I know. Makes me really sad. The Gonzalez family, they did put out more pictures on, I think, like a couple of days ago. They were beautiful people, yes, trying to live their lives. Oh, yeah, so Mindy, oh, yeah, so Murphy is doing so good. He's on Instagram with over 100,000 subscribers. He's rocking at life. If you get on his Instagram, it's under Murphy, I believe, Gonzalez. Him and Jack just went camping recently, and there's a picture of him running towards the camera, and I can't watch it or I'll cry. Because those videos of the dogs running towards the camera always make me cry. I don't know why, they just do. So, and they also, a lot of people, and when I say a lot, thousands of people donated to Murphy. So they had all this extra dog supplies, and they donated that to an animal shelter last week. So, yeah, Murphy's doing great. Murphy's probably going to be in a movie.
Yeah, and there's nothing on their walls, so it's gonna echo a lot too.
Yeah, yes. They don't have like, yeah, they don't, and the hardwood floors, no, they don't have any carpets,
Yeah.
nothing to absorb that sound. That's what I'm thinking too. And these steps, I wonder if they're like real wood, like if it's thick or if it's that hollow crap. I'm thinking it's that hollow stuff, so it's going to be even louder. You know, they probably put more of like a laminate, not as
Yeah,
thick,
yeah.
because it's college kids. They may have to change it out more. You know how they are with stuff like that. And this door obviously doesn't have the number lock, because people were talking about that in the beginning too, the pin code locks, which I knew those doors didn't have those because they wouldn't want to mess with those, keeping the maintenance up. They
See, I have a. Has anybody owned what is he? A Labradoodle?
I've never owned one, but I have known about 20 people that have one. I want one so bad.
Do they shed? Because
They
I heard they don't
do.
shed.
So they do. They're hyperallergenic. Like I have a hyperallergenic dog too, my Weimaraner. So they shed, but it's just lightly. It's not like when you know, pick up your cat and you have fur on you. It's very light, but you could still. I mean, they do still shed a little bit, yeah. So there's definitely a possibility that Murphy's hair was at Brian's house. And with it only being one strand, that makes me even more of like a believer it could be, because they do, like, all dogs will shed, but like the hyperallergenic dogs, they just shed like extremely like lightly, like less, than like your pit boxer mix, like my pit boxer mix, she'll shed, shaking her fur.
Yeah, and see, like, you done did all this to all these 4 people, and they found one hair,
Yeah.
one
I'm
hair.
surprised more, like, yeah, I'm surprised more wasn't stuck to him, but I'm thinking he had on like a Dickies coverall set or something, and then he disposed of that.
What is it? Tyvek suit?
Yeah, so
That's what I
yeah,
heard.
so he had a
Cleaner
Dickies
suit.
receipt, and I think it's like a mechanic suit or something. Let me see if I can find. Let me see here if I can blow this up. I'm thinking like something like this in the blue. This little guy here. Look at him. He's a handsome older gentleman. I'm thinking he was wearing maybe something like that, because they found a Dickies tag, but it doesn't. I mean, we don't know what it said. And then he had those 2 Marshalls receipts, which we won't know what those ones are, because Marshalls don't keep in stock like that. They don't keep inventory, down to what it is. They just keep it in a category, because it's such a big department kind of a store.
Yeah. I have a black lab pit bull mix.
Uh-huh.
Um,
Aw.
you could build like 12 wigs.
Yeah, no, that's my cat's like that, and my other dog. But like I said, my Weimaraner, she doesn't really shed, but if you pet her enough, you'll get hair off of her. But if you keep them freshly washed, I mean, I think that they are way less likely to shed. But yeah, I mean, it could have just been one hair. It will be one hell of a bombshell, if it's Murphy's hair. Just because it's like,
Yeah,
if it's in blood and it's Murphy's, just say, like, let's just assume, like, let's just say it was in blood too. And like, there's no talking your way out of that one, really.
yeah.
Like, you're kind of set. Yeah, I think like coveralls, Somerset. Yeah, like some coveralls. I don't know. Oh, you have a silver lab, Nancy? They have silver labs. I didn't know that. Well, can I trade mine in? I have a silver like Weimaraner. She's so rambunctious. But I think my dogs would run to me if anyone was in the house. They would run away. They're terrible watchdogs.
My dog is so bad. You open the door to go do something in my house, she runs right out. Right out.
Oh my gosh, I had a dog like that, an escape artist.
Yes.
And then we could never catch her. We had the Humane Society called like 3 times. They called. My mom had never been pulled over for like anything, even in her life, not even a ticket. She's never been, she was always, very by the book. And they were like, Cindy, if we have to come back out, you're going to jail for 3 days. Because our dog was like scary looking, kind of. She wasn't mean though. And she would stay in the yard, but she would run after people if they'd walk by. But she would never run out of the yard. It was like almost like an electric fence. She would stop. But she would never come back, and we could never catch her. We would be out there with chicken, steak. I remember my mom was out there with KFC chicken one time. Like a whole bucket of chicken. Come on, Adrian. The dog wanted nothing to do with it. So we would call my brother over, and something about him and he would just come over and he would take his hat off and he would throw it on the ground, and she would just put all 4 paws on the ground and just stop and let him pick her up. And I'm like, what do you do? Like, you don't even say anything. And it was insane. Like, we could never get her, but he could. And now my 2 are they don't leave my side usually.
Shoot. Like, we got the one dog, she's kind of a pain in the butt. She doesn't share well at all with the other one. So if you put a bowl of water outside, the first thing she does is promptly go over, puts her paw on it, and flips it. So
like I'm not thirsty, so you can't have any.
yeah. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna solve this. I'm gonna solve this problem. So I got him a little bitty kiddie pool. I'm like, there you go, there's your water.
Yeah, that'd be
Nope.
cute.
Nope. She lays in it.
That's
Like,
funny.
now I got to get you a swimming pool.
Now she needs a pool. Yeah. Well, my dog did that. We have a pit boxer, and they're not known to swim at all. And my boyfriend was walking her, and this was a few years ago, and she went after a duck in a pond because we live at Mallard Landing. It's Mallard, it's a duck. Like, there's ducks everywhere. So we have a Weimaraner who she likes to chase, they're bred for duck hunting. So she will run after the ducks and she's strong as all get out. But the Weimaraner straight jumped into our pond and he brings the dog back in. I'm like, why is our dog completely soaking wet? He's like, she tried to get a bird. And I guess she literally jumped all the way in the middle of the lake and then she just swam back out like she knew what to do. And I was like, she knew how to swim? And he's like, yeah. And I'm like, how?
It comes natural.
I'm like, it's their instinct. Well, we got her at 3.5 too. So she was on the streets of Columbus most of her life. So she probably maybe swam a time or two. But it was something it was something surprising that I never knew about that dog.
Yeah, I have a cat who likes showers.
Oh my gosh, really?
If you're taking the shower, you have to leave the shower door open so she can get in. Otherwise, she will try to climb up the shower.
Oh my gosh,
Door.
that's hilarious. My cat was in here earlier, right when I went to get a drink, he left. He don't like to be on camera. He's camera shy. I was going to share this with you guys. I was going to share Murphy. He actually has 112,000 subscribers now.
Oh.
I know. Look at this one. Okay, I'll play this one. I think this is the one where he's running because it is cute. Or no, that's not where he's running. Where's he running at? He has one where oh, look at him. Look at that. Look how beautiful it is there. I want to move there. Where's this, Idaho? I'm assuming. I don't know. It's very pretty. Aw. Yeah, they went camping. Oh, what's this? Oopsie, sorry, it's loud. I don't know how to turn it down, so it's going to be a little loud. That's cute. There was one where he was. This is the one. There's one. This one is cute. I think it's so cute. I don't know why, but they always make me so sad seeing them.
Oh, look, it's the U of I Tower.
Oh, is that what that is?
Yeah,
Oh,
it's the water tower.
it is. Oh, yeah. Like he didn't have a whole lot of pictures, but yeah, Murphy's popular. And then they have a Facebook group too. And I'm like a member on there, but yeah, the Gonzalez family.
It almost looks like he's at Coeur d'Alene Lake.
Oh, is that maybe? I don't know. But wherever it is, it's beautiful. So how do you know the area so well?
I grew up in northern Idaho. My mom worked in the mines
Oh, wow.
in northern Idaho until the mines closed down, and
Your
then
mom was probably a badass.
they sent her to school, and then she became a graphic engineer.
Oh, wow.
And then so we moved down to Lewiston where the college was.
Wow. If your mom was working in the mines, she must have been bad as all get out.
Yep, she ran a
That's
jackhammer for 4 years at Bunker Hill.
Wow. That's hard work. My dad did work like that, like labor work. I don't really hear about people doing labor work anymore. I guess
Well,
it's because my boyfriend's in IT. So,
the mines up there, they're all still open.
oh, are they? Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
well, as a matter of fact, they just had a mine incident the other day where my cousin works.
Oh, no. Oh, wow. Does anyone in the chat have any questions about the case? Does anyone else have any questions? Oh, yeah, Cat's Life said she was getting a bunch of snow up there, I think. Was that? I think it was Cat's Life. Summer says, I want a Murphy dog. You sound like me. I say that all the time. I've been wanting one ever since we moved here because I've seen them in the neighborhood and they're always so good and so just well behaved compared to my two. I've always had crazy dogs. I've never had, except for one, we had one good dog. The rest of them, they're all good. They're so good and sweet. But you know what I mean? Like they're just a little, you're kind of pulling your hair out at the end of the day. If you want to, like, you guys should all look up Weimaraners. I should just play a video on a Weimaraner. Like, they will follow you everywhere. I was going to put a GoPro on her, but it would just be my butt the whole time. Like, that's what she sees all day is my butt because she's behind me.
If I put a GoPro on my dog, they'd probably eat it.
My dogs probably would too. Actually, my dog would probably play with it. She likes to hold stuff in her mouth. She doesn't eat things. She just likes to carry it.
Mm,
Was there
yeah,
anything else?
yeah. My cat thinks she's a dog.
Mine does too. Mine does. No, he really does. He eats dog food. He's done it his whole life. Like he'll move the dog out of the way and eat like what he wants, and then gives the dog whatever. And then now he just makes sure every time we've gotten a new dog, within the first 2 days, he's attacked the dog, like bit the dog somewhere, just to let the dog know, hey, this is my house, and our dogs never mess with him. My wine, my or not my wine, my pit boxer mix, they actually play together. I've never seen anything so cute in my life.
Yeah,
Because he's not a playing kind of cat, and she's a pit boxer, but she plays with him. It's real cute.
yeah. We have one cat that will play with the dogs, but the other one, no, she'll bat the dogs. I think the dogs get mad because of their names, or the cats get mad because of their names. Honestly,
What's their names?
one is Cat Benatar, and the other one is Meowly Cyrus.
Those are the funniest names. Those are so funny. Those are so cute. Those are so cute and original. Oh my gosh, those are so cute. Who made those up? Did you do that? That's
Just
cute.
the whole family. They just picked them.
I love that. I love that. That's really cute. My cat's Rocky, but after the movie. My dad loved that movie, Rocky. He was from Philadelphia. He grew up on the street that it was made on, like one of the scenes, like the main scene was made on. And then my aunt, I apparently on my mom's side, my mom's sister, she dated one of the guys that was like an extra in the movie. So it was like, a whole thing for us. And when we went to purchase our first dog, we went to the Humane Society and we knew which dog we wanted because it was pet of the week and there was a litter. We wanted a girl. My dad wanted a girl, or I mean a boy. He wanted a boy dog named Rocky. He was set, in stone, getting a boy Rocky. They had one dog left and it was a girl. So we named her Adrian. He's like, I guess we'll name her Adrian. So when I got the cat, it was right after my dad died. And my mom's like, I'll let you keep him if you name him, Rocky. I was like, of course. That's the perfect name. And he definitely is. He's a little rock star. He's
My
14
mom,
now.
my mom's cat's name was Hagatha.
Agatha.
I can tell you what
That's
kind
so
of cat it
funny.
was.
What kind of cat was it?
A mean one.
A mean one. Oh, my aunt and uncle had a mean cat. It would hiss and bite everybody except for them. It was an asshole cat. I've never experienced a cat so mean in my life.
My mom's cat hated my one sister. Every time my sister come over, she'd sneak up behind her in the chair and claw her on her butt.
Teresa said, I want another puppy so much. What kind of puppy you have now, Teresa? I want another dog too. I want a kitten, but I would never do that to my cat. He would not be having that.
Have you guys ever watched what is the name of that? Oh, I can see it right in my head. Pierce Brosnan about the volcano.
Wasn't he the guy that was 007?
Yeah.
That's all I'm thinking of now.
Yeah. Well, anyway,
I'm thinking of James Bond.
the town where that movie was filmed is the town where I grew up.
Oh, okay. So
Wallace.
oh, wow. That's
Right?
pretty cool.
Literally 12 minutes from the Montana border.
Oh, wow. I bet it's beautiful over there.
If you like snow,
Yeah, I don't like snow.
me neither.
But I like the picture with, Murphy right there on the beach.
That's why I'm
Looking
down in
thing.
Texas. I don't like the snow.
Everybody I've noticed in Texas has a pool. When we went to California, you fly over the states. We flew over Texas, and I swear I was like, everybody has a pool in Texas. It was like
Yeah,
every other backyard. It seemed like I don't know if it was just like where we were particular that area or what, but I was like, I want to move to Texas. Looks like fun.
oh man, here somebody's gonna make me Google the name of that movie because I know what it is and I know exactly where they were, and their town meeting was held at Wallace High School.
Yeah, and then you'll end up finding out after the live, and you'll be like, dang it. Ashley FaceTimes her puppy every day. That's cute.
Stop. Dante's
Oh,
Peak.
is that a bird?
No, that's my phone.
Oh,
It's the
I was like,
grandson's.
oh.
That's
Oh yeah, didn't that happen the last time and everyone was like scared?
yes.
It wasn't this scary that time. The
The
last
movie
time
was
I think it was higher.
the movie was Dante's Peak.
Dante's Peak. Okay.
Yeah.
I think my dad liked that movie maybe. I think I've heard of that movie. I don't think I've seen it though. Dante's Peak. I know it's like about like is it them hiking?
No,
Like hikers?
it's about a volcano.
Volcano. Okay.
Yeah, the volcanoes. It's Dante's Peak. It's where, to me, honestly, it's like a they being from that area and when Mount St. Helens erupted, it's almost like that.
Oh wow. It's beautiful over there. Maybe I'll have to go over there and check it out. What kind of puppy do you have, Teresa? I didn't see it. Oh, wait, I have a Chavon. Oh, that's okay. That sounds fancy. Is that the one with the pigtails it looks like?
It's
Like
Dante's Peak.
Oh, okay. Let's see. I gotta look up this dog now. See what it looks like. Teresa's dog. Oh, Teresa, your dog is stinking cute. I had to look up a picture. Look at these.
No,
Oh my.
that's
this
my
the dog?
ringtone for my grandson. That's what he picked.
Look at this one with the bow tie.
Oh, he's cute.
Oh my God, I want him so bad. Teresa, do you want a bow tie for your dog? I'm going to buy you a bow tie for your dog. Okay, where's the Amazon? Because you can get cute little stuff. All my stuff's large, chained. It's like my dogs look so mean, but they're not. We used to put those chains that would dig into them, like if they pull too hard, but they didn't care. These things did not work. And then I finally took them off of them after like 4 years the other day. I was like, these are just ridiculous. Now they're pulling me everywhere. I just don't want them to pull me down the stairs. They did that before, and I sprained my ankle really bad. It was a very traumatic experience. I fell down them hard. Hello, Pamela.
Fred, we lived Wallace, Idaho, when Mount St. Helens erupted, and the first time. The second time when Mount St. Helens blew, we were across the river in Oregon.
So that happened twice?
Yeah, Mount St. Helens says the second one was a little one.
Oh, wow. See, I don't even know anything about that. I mean, I bet you they taught us that in school, but I don't remember. It's been a long time since I've been to school. I need to touch up on my history.
Mount St. Helens was a huge thing.
Well, I gifted some memberships, so hopefully people will like that. It's been nice chilling and talking tonight. It's been a nice live. I like it. I'm enjoying this because we've had just a lot going on with all the cases, Letitia and Lori Daybell, and then you Brian Kohlberger's case, and then you got all these missing kids, and then all these other kids that are not coming back home. Like my brain feels like it's been in overdrive lately. Oh, so I was going to tell you guys what I think may have happened. So I don't want to forget to do that since I said I'd do that. I'll tell you real quick. Because my story is not that long, what I think. I'll keep the cute puppies up though, because I think that one's really cute with the bow tie. So this is what I think. And I know the first part's not a popular opinion, but it's what I think. I think Brian allegedly entered through the front door. I think he missed Xana and Ethan because they were in her bedroom at the time, like eating DoorDash. They were in the bedroom with the door closed and they were eating. I also think Kaylee maybe was sleeping in her own bedroom. I think Kaylee heard something, got up, locked Murphy in the room behind her. That's when she turned around and said to Murphy, or that's when she turned around, I'm sorry, and she saw Brian head into Maddie's room. That's when I think she said, like there's someone here. Like she was like talking to Maddie, I think, like in a way. Like she was shutting the door with Murphy in there. I think she went into Maddie's room following Brian Kohlberger, knowing because like she knows Maddie, she knew it wasn't Jack or anybody that Maddie would know. And I think that's when he killed like both Maddie and Kaylee and then left Kaylee in there. And then I think Brian headed downstairs, and then that's when he encounters Xana. She sees him and doesn't recognize him. Maybe she made like a face to him and even tried to like recognize him in a way, like because it was dark. And that's when he says to her, like, "It's okay, I'm going to help you." And then he may have wounded her like right there when he entered the room, before like going after Ethan, I think. And then maybe like if he would have wounded her and then went after Ethan, maybe she had time to get back up and maybe fight more. And that's why she has more defensive wounds. I think then he realized that he forgot his knife sheath upstairs because he was, done using the knife at that point. So he would probably want to put it back in the sheath. And that's when he went around the corner to retrieve it and encountered Dylan at her room. And when he saw her, I think he was actually like heading back upstairs to get the knife sheath. But when he saw her, he just decided to exit the house. Whether that's when he walked out the back slider door, because her statement says he was heading towards the slider door. It doesn't say he went out it. So I don't know if he went towards the slider door, turned back around, and went out the front door, because the front door was open. And that the next morning, I can't get over the front door being open. So I think that's why maybe he might have entered through the front. But I know that every single person, everyone thinks he entered, everyone thinks it's through the slider door, but I think me. And I don't know why. I don't know why I think that.
I still think the front door was open from some roommates.
Do you think maybe they opened the door like, I thought of this as a possibility. What if Dylan did go downstairs to Bethany's room and she maybe opened the door thinking maybe someone would come in and find them? Like she thought maybe she heard something and she was scared to look. So she left the front door open. I don't know why someone would leave their front door open thinking someone would come in, but it being a party house, people coming in and out. I don't know. She was definitely had to be in a shock phase, had to, if you're home, I don't know though, but if you're home and you're used to seeing people, is a mask a big deal? You know what I mean? Like, I don't think college students wear masks, do they? Like, I don't have to go on a college campus now. Because some people still wear them, Like, where I'm from anyway. I don't know if you guys are from, if people are still wearing masks, but they still are here. Some people, not everybody, but just like here and there, It may be because I live close to a military base too. I don't know. And there's a lot of like, people that come from just like all around the world. So
Nancy, if I'm correct, I don't think that patio door locked.
Yeah, I'm wondering about them chairs that were stuck in that door.
See, I have two thoughts on that. It was either the police doing it so nobody could get back in, or the roommates did it thinking, okay, we found them, so we're going to lock the door so nobody goes in that area.
Oh, because I was thinking this reason. I was thinking that those doors were already locked because they were going to bed, and that's why he came in the front door. That's why I thought he came in the front door. I thought those chairs was already, because if you're going to go to bed and your dad was just there fixing the locks the week before, which I don't know why he wouldn't fix the back lock if he was going to fix your bedroom door lock. I mean, if that was my dad, he's like, your back door lock is broke, which I'm not saying that her dad did anything wrong. But my dad would surely fix that back door lock before my bedroom lock. He's going to say, I don't care who comes in your bedroom, Tanya. I don't care who comes in this house. Like, so I don't know. But I think that door was definitely broke because those chairs were wedged in there.
I don't know if the thought of fixing that back door crossed their minds because Moscow's not a tough town.
Yeah. Well, Xana's dad came and fixed a lock at the apartment, I guess, the week before. The weekend before all this, yeah.
Yeah, the door locks. And from what I understand, they were responsible for those if they broke. But if the back door was broke and it didn't lock, that kind of would fall under the landlord policy, the landlord thing. But
see, my dad would just fix that shit. I don't know.
I grew up there.
And he would bill them. But we left our doors unlocked. Yeah, we did. We lived between two cops. We had a stadium on one side, sheriff on the other. We were like, we were pretty safe. But that back then you could, I feel like. Now I never keep a door unlocked.
Yeah.
I lock it as soon as I come in.
I got 2
But when
locks, an
I
alarm.
yeah, me too. I got cameras. I got a Ring camera, and you have to come in a door to get like a building to get to my apartment. I have a Ring camera. People are probably like, "Oh my god." Maintenance asked us one time where we got it. I think they were just being nosy, and I'm like, "We're watching you."
I got one
We
on my
had
front door, one on the garage door, one in the backyard.
yeah. Well, I like it. I feel more safe. I feel safe. I feel safer. So I enjoy having my cameras around.
Yeah, so that the slider door, because in one picture you look, there's no chairs,
Oh yeah, I was gonna look at that. Yeah, I think I saw that.
but then in another picture you look, there's chairs. But it looks like they were blocking other officers and stuff from coming in.
Yeah, and then maybe because they were processing it or something, that
Yeah,
part.
that's what I'm thinking.
Because usually, this is what I was saying too, like in a crime scene, normally you will just put up tape. You'll just put your red crime scene, your red crime scene tape up and you call it a day. You normally don't even have an officer parked outside. Like they were really doing their due diligence here. Because every time I've ever seen like anything, on TV or when I was in school for this stuff, like they would just put the red like crime scene tape, and if it was cut or broken, the seal was broken, then they knew somebody obviously was in the house.
Yeah.
Trying to get the back door. Of course, they want to show me the front. I know I have a picture of it actually in my bookmarks because I was looking at the door so much in the beginning because I was like, what's going on with that door and those chairs? This one you can kind of see it. Here we go. Yeah, actually, this one you can see it a little bit. You can see it down there.
I just see puppies.
Oh, did I not share it? Maybe it'll share. There we go. I think it's like a delay. Is it on there?
Yeah, you can see it.
Okay.
You can
Yeah,
see
you can see the chairs.
stools.
Yeah, but see, I know I had a better picture of those somewhere. Because like I had one where it was like right up on there. I never bookmark my stuff, like I should. Let's see. Yeah, I might not be able to find it. Oh wait, maybe. No. Yeah, no, I can't find that one. But, oh wait, actually, here's one. This is the one where the chairs aren't there. And here's my question, and I'm gonna ask you because this has been my question for a while too. Why don't you think they took all that trash? Because that trash is actually still out there. Like this black trash can's been like dumped over, like I mean, it just like fell over.
I
You would think they would take the trash. What if you were holding a knife and it was bloody and you just needed to get rid of it?
well, now what is that? What that cop's looking at?
No, he's looking the other way. He's looking like it looks like this little plant or pot or something he's looking at. I think he's looking the opposite. But yeah, they
No,
didn't take it.
I don't understand why they didn't take it.
Yeah, and it's really been irking me. Even the white bags are still out there. I'm gonna have to find that picture. I think it would be. Let me see if it's under like my Canva or something because I had it like posted or something. Or where did we see it? It was a video. I'll have to find that. I'll have to figure it out and find it for you guys. But yeah, there was like a video or something where they like went around it and they, I think it was like News Nation or something or one of those shows. Like they kind of were back at the scene when it was all like fenced off, and you could see the trash still back there.
Yeah, there's so much about that doesn't make any sense to me.
Yeah, and then I was thinking today, like at the time, I really didn't think about it, but now I'm thinking about it. Why did they release items back to the victim's parents? Like, what if, you know what I mean? Like, what if that evidence, what if they needed that? Like, I mean, I'm sure that it was just like clothing and things of that nature, but it's just weird that they released some and then now they want to release more. I would think that they would just keep it all until like they could release it all at once. Unless they just, wanted to slowly get it out of the house.
Yeah, I don't know. It's I told you it baffles me. I don't
I was trying to see if. Oh wait, this is it. think I found it. Let me see. Oops. Okay. This might be it. I'll play this really quick. It might be in it.
The sign of the Idaho
Let me see. Okay, yeah.
boarded up, the property enclosed with a tall chain fence, yellow tape still up, and it's guarded by security. News Nation's Alex Capriello is live for us in Moscow, Idaho. And Alex, you were granted access to a space very few people get a chance to see.
Nicole, that's right. As you know, I've been covering this case for several months now, but never before have I ever actually been able to stand that close to the crime scene. As you can see right now, I'm back on the street. That's because we just learned that after our exclusive reporting aired last night on Banfield, the security team that you see right here behind me completely barred my access to the home. But even still, I had enough time back there to gain a fresh perspective on both the crime and the accused killer.
Up close and personal, News Nation was granted access to the Moscow, Idaho murder house like no one has. Private security, on duty 24/7, led me to the back of the home, a place that's off limits to everyone except law enforcement.
So is it tough to be in charge of?
You can see it right back there laying down. Like, to me, that's just, I don't know. Like, if I'm a killer, I probably would have taken it with me, but you never know. Or there could have been something in there just in general.
You would think.
Yeah, like they were so worried about the trash cans that were taken, the big trash cans. Well, you forgot one. Y'all forgot one here. And it's like they boarded it up and they just left it there. I don't know. It's creepy, I'll tell you that.
Well, too, I know there that if you get behind on your water, sewer, and trash, they won't empty it.
Yeah, that's true, yeah. Well, I think this was like an extra trash can they had for just like outside maybe. To throw stuff in. I don't know why.
Well, yeah,
Cans or
yeah.
something. Bottles or whatever.
We had a huge one.
Yeah. Oh, oh Lord have mercy, we did too. Yep, you're right, we did. Now that I'm thinking about it, in my glory days. And Nancy said, I couldn't live where I couldn't lock my doors. I live in a town that has been crime-free more or less for 100 years. Wow. But still lock my doors. We just never did when I was a kid. It wasn't even a thing. And we were never scared. Never had to. Is there anything else on here? This is just like odds and ends there. How's everybody doing in the chat? Is everyone doing good? I think Teresa needs to get another one of them dogs because those dogs are cute. You need that one with the bow tie.
Actually, I think I heard that they're not going to do anything until the trial is over.
Oh, really? They're not?
I think that's what I heard.
Because I heard, but this was Banfield, that they were going to tear it. Well, at first they said they were going to tear it down by the spring semester, and that's what she's still kind of running with. Summer classes start May 15th, I think. That's what I have wrote down on a Post-it note. So I don't know though.
See, if they're not tearing it down, I'm gonna guess the defense probably might have pitched a fit about it.
Oh yeah, well they got there just in time, which that's just normally things don't happen like that smoothly for like the defense to get to see things like that. If they don't catch the killer in time.
Wasn't Ann Taylor at the crime scene before Koberger even landed in Pullman?
Yeah. She was there the day before.
Yeah.
His arraignment or something. Yeah, I think that's very odd. I think that's extremely odd. How did she get that? How is she his lawyer that fast? Because I've had a public defender before. Was it for like some sort of ticket? I've never done anything too bad. It was just like a ticket, but and he was a joke. He came in with a tie, had emojis on it. Like the laughing faces, the sad faces. I said, get me the hell out of here. This is a joke, And then he gets Ann Taylor. She's in there with her team with cameras. And I'm like, what?
Well, I kind of get it, but then I don't kind of get it. But,
yeah.
She's based out of Coeur d'Alene. I know that. One of the very few death penalty lawyers in northern Idaho.
Yeah, I heard
Most of
two
them are located.
recused.
Yeah, most of them are located down towards Boise and all that. That's because that's where the state pen is.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I saw that there was like 13 or 12, and then two of them, like two of them or whatever, recused themselves, which I don't know why. Probably because they didn't want to take on this case.
Either that or they're too far away.
Oh, that's true. But I mean, you'd think that they would just like pay for that. I don't know. Do you get paid more if you have to travel for a case? You would
But
think.
you would have to stay up there constantly. You wouldn't get to go back home.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, if they're in southern Idaho and that case is in Moscow, you wouldn't get to go home every day.
That's true. Yeah, they're not going to want to do that. But we don't get to do that as jurors. Or as Nancy would say, jurors. You know? Nancy Grace said is not Nancy Alexander. Nancy Alexander in the chat just popped up. She's probably like, what?
Yeah, I told you. I question a lot.
Yes, me too.
I don't understand it.
I wish they would tear it down, my opinion, though. I feel bad for the people that have to see that blood on the outside of the wall and that house, and they're going to that school, and they have to, I mean, I don't know. That's just my personal opinion. It's a biohazard. I say get rid of it and put something nice there for the students, whatever they want. Whether I heard that a lot of them asked for a parking lot, just based on the fact that it's hard to pull up that hill in the wintertime.
Or a park.
Or I think a park would be great. I think like something lit, like a walkway that's lit up, because they do walk that a lot, and then put in, even though it's not technically on campus, just put in a campus extra like emergency phone there, to where it's just something there, because there's a lot of houses and stuff right there, to where they can call emergency services. They have those phones on campus.
Yeah. Maybe
they can get something and it just goes directly to the police or something. Which, I mean, usually people have cell phones, but I don't know. Those phones usually are pretty. They could save your life.
Yeah.
And I feel like I think that's what they would want. They would want something that would help somebody. Like, they wouldn't want just like, oh, you guys are just going to like hang out here. I think they'd rather have something that's like going to like, improve the location. They seem like they were those kind of people.
Let me see. Will the city of Moscow be benefiting from it?
I don't know. I know that they just gifted the house so the owner gifted it to the university. And I'm assuming the university wants it down because it probably doesn't have a good look for the school, which I understand too, because it's a school and they still have to go on and still have to teach students, and they shouldn't have to have a bad rep because, it wasn't the school's fault. So I don't know. I'm like, I'm on the fence with the school because they want it down, but I know a lot of people don't want it down. They want to keep it up for trial. I personally don't think it's going to do much for trial. You would have to take the jury there at 4 a.m. and put them in Dylan's room, 12 people.
Oh, you never know. That might be what Ann Taylor wants to do.
Yeah. I mean, yes, and she probably would. I could see her being, kind of petty. Like, I could see her doing some, like, drawing out stuff. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, we're going to tell you all about Kohlberger's childhood in the opening statements, like, 2 hours long. Like, I don't know. I could feel that. I can feel she's going to have a lot to say because she hasn't really said much.
Nope. She's been relatively quiet.
They both have, and that's scary. They're supposed to be. I mean, you know what I mean? Like, when you have a lawyer, they always tell you, shut your mouth, don't talk.
Yeah.
And he knew not to talk. And, like, he really stopped. He didn't say a word. Now, me, on the other hand, I would have been blabbing mess.
What did you hear?
So he's...
Summer, what did you hear?
Yeah, what did you hear, Summer? Are you guys just talking weird stuff? I don't know.
Somebody spanking someone?
I know. I'm like, what's going on in the chat? Oh, no, Mindy, I'm sorry about your doggy. I had to put my dog to sleep, too, before, and it was so sad. The defense wanted to keep the house up, I guess. So I wonder who gets the final say.
Oh,
The
this.
school?
Hold on. This noise.
Oh yeah, what is it? I don't know. I couldn't even hear it before. I'm surprised. Now I can hear it. Is it your cup, your tumbler?
No, it's those pump things to take full of acetone for nails and stuff.
Oh yeah, I
That's
think
what it
so.
is.
Oh, I just got my nails done not too long ago, and they are blue for the boys.
If you had to put lights and everything, that the campus is not. It's not like it's 3 or 4 blocks. There's parts of that campus that are across town.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Oh, so
Um,
it's okay. So it's set up kind of like on Ohio State in a way too, because they own like the whole city now, pretty much, of Columbus.
well,
Like they have like different little spots where they'll have like another camp, like a smaller campus, not like a whole campus, but like just like a couple classes, and you have to go over there and travel a little bit further for them.
um, have you ever heard me say Moscow's old money?
No,
Okay. Moscow's old money. There are people in that town that have lived there for generations.
Yeah,
They
I
don't
have heard that
budge.
town, they're like half the town students, half the town are like residents that have lived there for like ever.
Yeah, they don't budge.
Yeah.
You can go. There's a restaurant in town. Their prices have never changed.
Wow.
It's still like 48 cents for a soda.
Oh wow, we need to go there.
But there isn't a place on that main strip that you can walk in and go to the bathroom.
Oh yeah. I
Well, you can
understand.
if you pay.
Yeah, if you pay, yep.
Um,
It's those smaller towns.
yeah, this if the city of if the city of Moscow isn't benefiting from this, they don't want anything to do with it.
Yeah. Yeah, I
Um,
can kind of see that.
University of Idaho, if you don't come from money, you're not going to college unless you get a scholarship.
Is it it's one of those schools?
Yeah. It's why do I
I don't know
why do
anybody
I,
that's ever went out there.
it's not it says it's federally funded. It's the pump on an acetone bottle. Yes, that was me. Um I know when I applied, I had to do it twice.
Uh-huh.
And
Wow.
I had to get a scholarship.
To be able to go there. What
Yeah.
school did you go to? Did you go to Idaho?
Yeah, University of Idaho. Yeah.
Oh, what'd you go for?
Accounting.
Accounting. Oh, my boyfriend's mom was an accountant, and his dad worked for the IRS.
And I haven't used it once.
Oh,
Not
he's good
once.
with math. You haven't used it though? I haven't used
No.
my degree either. Well, I got my degree and then I wanted to go into I thought in my mind I wanted to do crime scene investigation but then after I did 4 years, I was like, "Tanya, you can't do tedious work. Are you kidding? You're ADHD as hell." For me to sit there and pick off like a piece of lint off of something, I would know. When I get something new, I tear the box open like it's, there's a bomb in there. You know
Yeah,
what I mean? Or something like I'm like trying to get to it as fast as I can get to it. Like a kid on Christmas. I'm the worst. Vincent makes fun of me. But
Yeah,
my brother's the same way. I didn't realize until recently my brother does the same exact thing. So I'm like, I'm not the only
that's
one.
why I couldn't my ADHD was not going to let me go be an accountant and sit at a desk all day. There's no way. So
Yeah, it gets hard.
I ended up being a chef for almost 30 years.
Oh wow. I was a server for 16, maybe longer. Long time.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
working in a restaurant, you're a brave woman. And being a cook? You said you're a cook?
a chef.
A chef? Oh, then you're even braver than I thought. Because you're on the line, with a bunch of people, and it just gets kind of crazy when you work in restaurants. It's hot,
Yep. I worked at
super
the same
hot.
one, the same company for 23 years.
Oh my gosh. Wow. I love when people do that. Like, especially
Transfer from
restaurants, because it usually means that they're good.
state.
Was it a good restaurant to work for?
It was a buffet.
Oh, buffet. Even better.
I started out as a server actually
Did you?
because I was still going to culinary school. I started out as a
Oh.
server, finished culinary school, and ended up being, by the time I left there, I was assistant kitchen manager.
Oh, that's so nice. I worked for Red Lobster for 5 years, and I loved that place. I had it was like a little family there. Literally, you would fight with them, but then you would love them 5 minutes later. You know, it was just like one of those things. And it was hot, and we would always be on like an hour and a half wait, and then they cut out smoking, and I smoked cigarettes at the time, and I would get about 6 hours in, and I'd start turning into the devil. Like, I mean, call me Letitia. It was bad. It was like I wouldn't not smile or anything. I would still smile, but it was forced. You could tell it was kind of getting forced. So my managers would always sneak me outside.
Oh yeah, my managers did that too.
They're like nobody else. They're like, but they're like they would just go run, and I'm like, what? And they're like, just go. Just you need to go smoke. I have your tables for you. And I'm like, you can't expect me to work 12 hours, not eat, not smoke, and be fine. And be happy, but I couldn't work in the restaurant industry anymore. Maybe chef. I was a chef.
The 2 times I got really, really, really mad at my job. The one time I threw an empty pan across the kitchen. I was so mad. I got a promotion.
That's usually what happens.
The second time I threw an entire tray of rolls.
And I bet the servers were pissed.
And they rolled out into the dining room, and I'm like, oh no, I got another promotion. I'm like, well, see, it takes me to get mad for you guys to realize.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah, Darden Corporation. Yeah, you worked for them. Yeah, their own. I think they're still owned by Darden, aren't they? I don't know. It's been. Oh, I worked for them when I was like 22, 26, 27, something like that. I loved it though. I made great money. I mean, beyond great. It was like ridiculous. Our restaurant, for being so small, like the town, it was ridiculously busy. We were on an hour wait every night. Like a Monday night. What the heck's everyone doing? Eating at Red Lobster, I guess.
Yeah, they got to eat before they go watch football game.
Yeah. Summer said self-employment has perks of flexibility, but dang those taxes, I know. Speaking of which, I need to do mine. What's today's date?
You're late. They were due on the 17th.
Oh, no, I do my company taxes on the 23rd of the month.
Oh, okay.
I have a boutique that I have. Actually, I'll turn my camera back on. I forgot to show you this little shawl thing is from my
That was my
boutique.
phone, Teresa.
Yeah, I wore this today. It's like a little shawl, and this is my book was all out. Oh, Teresa. Last time we were scared of that. Letitia needs to get her head out of her attorney's lap. Oh my gosh, she needs. Okay, her head's already on the table. Why don't she just smack it on the table? Real hard. Have you been watching the Letitia Stout case?
Yes, actually I have. But the more she does this insane thing, the more madder I get.
Me too.
Because
Me too.
sister, years ago, my sister was diagnosed with schizophrenia and multiple personality disorder.
Oh wow.
Now it's DID.
Yeah.
I've watched my sister go through these changes. That woman, she doesn't suffer from it.
No, she doesn't suffer from anything but being caught.
She's just a sociopath.
Like she had her head down the whole time those conversations were going on with Al when she was starting when she was starting to lose that battle. He did so good. He did so good talking to her and being calm. I know he had to be, but I wouldn't have been able to be that calm.
Ashley, I have a really good recipe for homemade cheddar biscuits.
Oh, she says, yeah, because she said she worked at Longhorn. I said, I love the bread. I don't like the biscuits anymore. I ate too many. But they actually have, Red Lobster came out with their own like mix. I think you can get it at the store, but I'm not sure what store. Maybe like Walmart or something like that. But at one point they did have it. Cheddar biscuits. I can make them. I'll have to think really hard the recipe, but It's a shit ton of cheese and butter. So much. But we would make a lot. They would ask me to make them sometimes if, we were down a cook or something. And they knew I couldn't say no to anybody. I'm the yes person.
Have you guys ever been to Ryan's or Hometown Buffet or Old Country Buffet?
I've heard of the second one, Hometown Buffet. But
That's
I've never been there.
that's the company I worked for.
Okay.
Um,
Are they kind of like a Golden Corral?
yeah, yeah.
Okay. I bet it's good.
I have, when our store closed and we moved to another one, I took all their recipe books.
That's so funny.
So I have all the recipes for anything they ever made.
Wow, that would be good. That would be good to have, especially if you work there, and you like certain meals.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
they probably
Yep.
good food too.
The honey butter summer. Yep. I have a recipe for that.
Ooh, I like the butter. They have that cinnamon butter at Longhorn. I think it's cinnamon butter. Don't they have that at Longhorn? Or is it just the bread that's good at Longhorn? Cinnamon butter might be somewhere else.
No, that it's the butter. Texas
is it?
Longhorn,
Okay.
yeah. It's the
Yeah,
cinnamon
it's
butter.
so good. Every time I go by there, because we live like kind of across the street from one, like right down the road, and I'm always like, man, I should just go in and ask and get some bread. But like, yeah, it's good.
Yes, Ryan's is just about extinct. There is only 2 left in the state of Texas now.
Oh wow, is that do you work for for the Ryans one?
It's called Buffets Inc. Yeah, they
Oh, okay.
owned. When I first started, I worked at Granny's, and then they bought out Granny's, and then I transferred to Oregon to Old Country Buffet, and then they shipped me to Florida for a Hometown Buffet. And then when I moved here to Texas, they had just bought out Ryan's. So then I came here, started working at them with
Oh wow.
them.
You sound like me when I worked with another company. It was a sporting goods company. They were always having me travel. Travel here, travel there, travel everywhere.
Yeah. Well, they paid for all my moves.
Oh, well, it can't be that.
From
Pamela, I gifted you a membership. She said she was back. So I was trying to look up. We had a lot of memberships gifted.
My favorite thing at Ryan's or Old Country, any of that was the chicken, the fried chicken.
Oh, that sounds good. I'm getting hungry now.
But
That sounds good.
I have the recipe for their coating.
Oh, I bet that's good. I haven't had fried chicken in a long time, actually.
And my daughter's favorite was their sticky buns.
Sticky buns.
It's just cinnamon rolls flipped
Yeah,
over.
cinnamon. Yeah, aren't they like kind of like a honey bun almost? Or no,
No,
that's a little different.
no, it's all it is you take brown sugar, butter, Caro syrup, and some walnuts, mix it all together. Take an ice cream scoop, scoop it on the bottom of a pan, spread it out, and put some cinnamon rolls on it. Let it bake, and then when they're all done, you flip it over.
Oh, that sounds good. That sounds very unhealthy, but
And it's
absolutely delicious.
Whataburger.
Oh, I've never had
Oh
Whataburger.
my God,
I finally
Whataburger.
had In-N-Out a couple years, 3 years ago. I'm finally getting up with the times, and I didn't like it. I mean, it was okay, but I didn't like it. But I'll still eat it every time I go because Vincent's dad, he passed away 3 years ago, and that's why we went there. And he used to go there. He would sneak there to eat because he wasn't supposed to eat. Like he was on the verge of having diabetes. So Vincent's mom's Japanese, so she would always cook, very healthy food for him. And it was always Japanese cuisine. Well, he's Italian, Polish, so sometimes he wanted American food. And so he would sneak off to the In-N-Out burger. And so that's what our little thing is now to do for him. We go there and we eat. And so I'm like, everyone just loves their stuff so much. Every time I'll mention it, like if I mention on Facebook, people in the state of Ohio, because you can't get it out here, they all freak out.
There's
It's
a little
West thing.
there's a little place, a little restaurant on the Columbia River Gorge in Cascade Locks, Oregon. It's called Eastwind Drive-In. I worked there when I was in high school for a little while until I realized me and milkshakes were not friends.
Yeah.
This is the first place I'd ever had that would make me a peanut butter milkshake.
Ooh, that's what when I was in the hospital, they used to make me, one of the nurses would make me peanut butter chocolate smoothies because like they were trying to get me to gain weight because I was, immobile, so I couldn't like walk around and, exercise and eat more, and my mouth was wired shut, so I couldn't eat to gain weight. So she would make me those, and I swear those were the best thing ever. I looked forward to those all the time. Even if
Yeah.
she wasn't my nurse, she would come and do it just
Peanut
to
butter
be
milkshake is the
nice.
best ever.
Man, I'm gonna have to make that now. I have a NutriBullet that I've never used. I want to make milkshakes out of it instead of smoothies.
You know what's good is you take a protein shake, put it in your bullet, use some peanut butter and some bananas, mix it up.
Oh, that sounds pretty good.
It's really good for a protein shake.
Teresa said my teeth are brushed and flossed and no food after 7 p.m. She's on a schedule. I
We're
like
over here
that.
talking about sweet stuff, and Summer's getting oatmeal.
Summer, you're eating oatmeal? Yeah. What are you? Well, when I walked out earlier, when I went to get a drink, Vincent was like busted. He was out there making ramen noodles, some like spicy ones. And I'm like, yeah, I haven't ate all day. What are you doing, buddy? I'm gonna have to get off here and get me some food. Oh, you guys have Chewies? Ashley, I didn't even know other people had Chewies until like now. I didn't know other states did. We have one down the road. It's like a Mexican grill, like a Tex-Mex or something.
My favorite snack is I've always like is the cinnamon toast crunch. I just eat it dry.
Oh, I'm like that with Fruit Loops.
But Chex just came out with cinnamon rice Chex.
Oh, I bet that's good.
It's like eating a cinnamon roll.
I like cinnamon myself. Well, does anybody have any questions? Anyone want to talk about anything in the chat before I get off here? Anybody? Mm-hmm. Me and Vincent are going on a lunch date tomorrow. We don't ever go on dates, like ever. We just, we've been together 7 years, and if we go out, we just like go shopping or something. But I had bought, and I actually was only wanting one dress for Christmas, but I ended up with 3 dresses for Christmas. So for like we go to my brother's, so I have one that's like, it's thinner, but it's long sleeved, and I'm like, oh, it's gonna be like 50 degrees, 56 tomorrow. So I'm like, can we go out to lunch? So we're gonna go somewhere, but I think we're just gonna go somewhere like it's Roosters, somewhere like so totally random, because they just built it and Vincent's never been there before. It's just a chicken wing place, so it's nothing too fancy, but I'll be dressed fancy. I'll post some pictures. Yeah, it's gonna be fun. Thank you, Cat's Life. Oh, let's say I lost her. Almond milk for protein. I have to write that down. I was muted. I said I had some chicken, and I wish I would have had some. I would make some. Oh, Mark, yeah, no, we were talking about Idaho 4, and then we just started talking about food because we were done with the live. But we have about 2 hours you can watch, and we have about 2 hours from last night. I posted a video today also. All brand new content, all factual content. Let me turn my camera on so you can see me, because I don't like it when new people come in and they can't see me. I want you to know who you're talking to, so you're aware of who you're talking to, you know? Uh-oh, pop the breaker in the craft room. You have a craft room? I need a craft room. Actually, I'm lying. I don't need a craft room. I have a boutique and a studio. I don't need anything else. Yeah, what do you like, Mark? What do you like to eat? What are you eating tonight? What did you eat tonight? Did you have something good? Oh, Mark, you don't have a picture. Dagnabbit. I like to look at people's picture when they come in. Oh, you and Britt went on a day date? Went to Chili's and then got butter pecan ice cream waffle cones for dessert. Oh, that's so cute. Aw. Yeah, we're gonna do something tomorrow. We've been just like, we went out. Well, we went out for what was that? That was our anniversary, wasn't it? Yeah, I have the pictures over here. Oh, I wish I could take the camera off of the stand and show you guys. But I have, it's a thing, it says you and me, and then it has our names carved in it, and it has our pictures on it. And yeah, I wore another blue dress for that. You're gonna, Teresa, will you stop teasing me with the sailboat stuff and the snorkeling? Snorkeling, sailboating, don't fall. Don't fall. Yeah, Mark, chat with us, because I'm getting ready to get off here, but I want to see what you like to eat. I had some other stuff to show you guys, but we'll talk about that later. And I did want to go over the PTSD thing again, too, because I have, like, things about, like, shock and stuff like that, but we'll do all that another day. I'm looking. Oh, and look, I got a new iPad stand today, right? And I thought this thing was going to be a lot bigger. This is what came. Okay. When I saw it in the picture, it looked like it was like, I can't even put my phone on this, hardly. I don't know. It's okay though. Because I wanted to be able to see you guys more, like in the chat. Oh, actually, before we get off here, I want to do something. Looks like T-Rev's on live. I wonder what they're talking about. Probably have callers calling in. It's usually what he does. I don't know how to do callers. We have 14 new members tonight, though. That's amazing. I love that. And everyone, please like the video. Don't forget to do that. Aw. February what? Me and Vincent's February 28th. 30 degrees. I forget who said they were getting snow then, Cat's Life. I thought it was you. Maybe it was you. Yeah, and dogs. What kind of dogs do you have? That's what we've been talking about. Yeah, we completely went off of Brian. I think we needed to. I think our brains needed to decompress for a minute. That's so sweet. Married 4 years, together 16. So, okay, well, that gives me hope. I've been with Vincent 7. We don't really plan on getting married. But I want like a little ceremony or something. So I think there's like an app, Lori. Like I was looking into it and it's something that'll like go in to where like it goes into your mic. But I could do it. I guess you just do it under like an app or do like a different phone number. Because I think that more people would want to, maybe more people would call in than come up on panel. But coming up on panel is just like calling in. You don't have to show your face. I always just like to see it backstage just to make sure you're like a real person, you know, and not like a bot. But then you can turn your camera right off before you come up and stuff. So we'll have to do a members only live. Let's see. We keep switching. Our members keep switching. Like they go up and then they go down. They go up and go down. Let's see. So we have 93 members because they keep like they'll fluctuate. And like, you know, if the memberships expire. So yeah, just remember that your membership, if you get a gifted membership, it expires after 30 days. And then you'll come back in and you'll notice you'll be like gray again, but you could always join. I don't even know how much my stuff is to join. That's so bad, guys. Let's go. To my memberships. I'm trying to see if I can figure it out. See. Whoops. Did you like the membership video the other day when I had the rock and roll music? But I don't think it's that much to be a member. It's really not. We lowered the price. I need, oh, you make tumblers. I need a cup. You weren't in here the other day. I need a coffee cup like Nancy Grace has. It says, I love manatees and has 2 manatees on it. I'll have to find a picture. And then have you make it for me. I'd rather have you guys make it than somebody else. Oh, and I forgot to do that the other day. I was looking into maybe getting a P.O. box in case you guys, like if any of you guys own like a business, and because I do love y'all. And if you guys want me to like, I will try to, if it's a business that's not like anything, cray, just send me an email. And then maybe if you have like t-shirt or like a hat or something or like a little emblem, I could like show it for you during one of my lives. Maybe give you guys some business for free. I wouldn't charge you for it. I would charge you $1 million. Did you like that? I love Nancy. She's my down girl. Sounds like Vincent. He puts up with my shenanigans. I bet he's out there sleeping. $95. I bet that feels good. Tomboy Charm when you sell stuff. I love selling stuff. It makes me feel so good. It makes me feel like I did something, like I picked it out right. Because I have a boutique. So when people like buy my clothes, it's like, oh, I did something right. And I love like packaging them up because I wrap them real cute and put a little card in there. All that good stuff. And I do have these. It's called like a Rana. And it's like a purplish color, purple gray. I don't know how to explain it. But it's like beautiful. It's not that thick, but it's not thin. You could probably wear it summer nights. And then like fall and everything. Then I have some thinner ones for summer for the beach. Teresa. Uh-oh. Now I'm going to be singing that song. What day of the month do members meet again? We don't have a day of the month, but we should have a day. I'll have to think about that. I want to do a Zoom thing too with you guys. I'm gonna have to look into that. I have it wrote down, so I've got papers or where. She's being beckoned downstairs. Well, have a good night. Thank you, Tomboy Charm, for coming up and talking to me. I appreciate that so much. I love your insight. An awesome job selling that tumbler. That's amazing. It's hard right now to be self-employed. Like, my problem is I kind of just like broke away from people that I like knew from my old town because I just don't like my old town. I don't know. It just gives me bad memories, and I don't know. It's probably a PTSD thing. But so when you own a business, normally you'll start with like your family, and then you get your friends that buy. And with me, I started at the bottom, not knowing anybody, because that's usually like when you start a business, that's how you get started. You know, your friends will buy, your family will buy. Not here. I was just thinking that. Which my sister-in-law actually has some clothes I gotta get back from her, but. Old lady's watching live PD. Okay, well, I think I'm going to get off of here. Oh, wait, hold on a second. So someone was having kittens. There was a bunch of people having kittens. Did anyone have kittens? Teresa, I don't even know if we're going to have time to catch our breaths between Letitia and Brian, really. It's going to be like a couple weeks, I think, isn't it? Okay, did everyone like the video? I think we did. I think we did pretty good. We have 80 likes. Ooh, Reuben sandwich. That sounds good. You're always late, yeah. 4 a.m. You go to bed, Isabel. I need to get you a present or something for always being here. It's always so late. Do you sleep during the day? Do you like that? I need to do a morning live for Isabel. Maybe I could do that like Monday or something. Maybe I don't know. I need to do one during the week sometime. I want to do one at like 10 or 9 a.m. just to see, like, because we used to have like some different people here and there. And I thought maybe they're just morning people. You never know. But I see all my regs in here, and I like my regular people. That's why I always end up coming on at 8:15. And I really appreciate you guys spending your time with me. I know sometimes on this channel, we talk true crime and whatever the hell comes out of our mouth. Point blank, period. If, we have a day if we're having a time and, we're doing something and our girl Ashley's having a mental break, I'm sorry. But we might have to take a little break from this, and we might need to talk to Ashley for a minute, make sure she's okay. That's what we do on the channel. I'm just pointing her out as an example. Or if Nancy's like, hey, I need to say something real quick, Tanya. I mean, if I see it, I always try to address you guys. Super chats are always welcome and great, and too. I'm not going to say don't send me those, because I do love those. But I always try to read everyone's chat as much as I can read it. And if I miss something and it's super important, scream it from the rooftops if you need to, Say, I'm trying to get your attention or something. Because I do have one eye, I'm blind in one eye, so I'm working with what I got. So just want to let y'all know. If you guys do want to become a member, I will put it in the chat again. And I do appreciate you guys all being here tonight. I'm going to have a beautiful lunch tomorrow. I hope you guys all have a great day tomorrow. Hopefully it's going to be nice and warm wherever you're at. Let's check the weather where I'm going to be. Let's check the weather where you are. Or PayPal. Yeah, YouTube does take too much. If you do ever send a PayPal, it is at TitaniumBuilt. Just make sure you let me know, because sometimes I don't really check it a lot. I know some people have all kinds of stuff, and I don't. I was going to check the weather. I'm like, what was I going to check? Did you guys see my YouTube short I did yesterday? I did one today, too. They were pretty funny. No more storms. Oh, storms everywhere. Yeah. I didn't realize it was 40%. I don't even want to add that up now. I know, I'll have to check my PayPal. Let's see. I never do. I have 3 PayPals. Regular PayPal, business PayPal. I don't even know what this one is. Nope, I don't even know the password. I might have to do it later. What did I make it? I forgot my password. There we go. We'll just do a text. Speaking of which, I need to wake up early tomorrow and put stuff online to sell. I'm selling the whole house. I'll just have to keep this one up. Oh, making me do it again. Man, my computer's really wanting to give me a hard time tonight. Oh, who sent me money? Did you send me money? Summer, thank you. If that was you, Summer. That was really nice. Thank you so much. You guys are so sweet. I love that. I need to get a little PayPal card and a little fund. I need to put it in a little jar. That's what I should do. Save up for something. Save up for a vacation or something. I've worked almost every day this year, except for I think 1 or 2. Because even a couple of days when I didn't do a live, I would do 4 pre-recorded videos. But I like coming on live. I feel weird when I don't. It's almost it is my job, but it's almost like I have to be here. I don't think about it. I don't even, it's because I want to be. I love that. Yes, send me some sand dollars. My mom used to get those. 90 degrees. Okay, I'm call your aunt, Tanya. I'm literally writing this down. Call your aunt. I need to go visit. Wedding funds, yes. Save up for a wedding. That would be cute. I'd marry him with a plastic ring. That little crazy man. Okay, well, I'm going to go hang out with him, but even though he's probably asleep. What did she say? She probably says something. Oh, my. George Washington. Speaking of hair, this is going to sound gross, but I went almost 4 days without washing it, and it actually felt a lot better. I think that I'm doing a lot better on the hair washing deal. I felt so good. And I did a hair mask today. I'm trying not to go like gray yet. Yeah, no, humidity doesn't do well with me. I just have like this straight, stringy kind of hair. It's what I live with. It's what I live with. I am going to throw my banner for my store up here really quick, just because we're getting ready to get off of here. If anybody does want to shop at the store, you can get 20% off YouTube, all capitalized 20. And it's a good deal. Try shampoo and hope. So I did that, Ashley, because I thought mine got like oily and it just didn't look good. And what I started doing was just using like a lot less soap and washing twice. And it's felt so much better. The first one won't feel like it's getting clean. Like it won't like lather as much, but the second one will lather a lot. That's my shampoo anyway. It's been doing really good. But okay, y'all. I love you guys so much. I will see you tomorrow. If I'm on, I'm sure I will be. But I'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a good evening. Bye, guys.